Welcome, everyone. How you doing?
I have mac and cheese and no one can stop me.
Very good. I got me some
jam
mac
it through
and
the screen.
cheese.
Give it here.
Here you go.
You're welcome.
Hello, welcome everyone, and welcome back to D6, where I, Archie, am bringing together several friends from across the internet to play on a D&D show. We're going to get through some relatively quick D6 announcements. If I forget anything, somebody will yell at me, I'm sure, at some point. Okay.
If we know about the thing.
If you know about the thing. So, first and foremost, our podcasts and Patreon stuff is currently still being updated, so thank God for that. There was an oopsie a couple weeks ago that I want to apologize for now because this is episode 6. It happened to episode 3. That an audio problem had happened. It should be fixed by now. It was re-uploaded, so hopefully that is already fixed. But
it made me think my audio broke on my computer for 5 seconds.
Yeah. I was like, what? I made a mistake in the editor. This is the reason why we need editors, guys. Because they don't make mistakes. I do.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Our podcast versions are currently still being uploaded. Episode 3 should be uploaded by now for the public. Episode 4 has gone live over on the Patreon. So that gives you guys an understanding of the time frame. We film way ahead of time, just so that way we can kind of get ahead of what will hopefully be the upcoming holiday months, because there will be, I think, at least 2 to 3 weeks where we are gone. And we'll not be filming during that time, and so when we come back, we'll try and get through the rest of the year.
There's half the time I'm gonna be with Kayla, and the other half the time y'all gonna be with me, so it's like, all right, here we go. Halloween time.
We are preparing in advance when we do go on vacation and when we do celebrate the holidays, so we just want to get ahead of that. As for social media, this will actually be for our TikTok, because I wanted to talk to some of the people over on the TikTok who are following us right now. In ever the case that you want to not just only catch many of our shorts and TikToks on all of our platforms, we are also over on YouTube, where you can watch our full episodes. These are 3 to 4 hours long. As most D&D sessions are, but you get to see a lot more, and there's a lot more detail, a lot more laughs that we can't fit in through our schedule on our shorts and TikToks. So if you want to come on over, there will be some links down below, and we hope to see you there. And thank you so much for joining us over on TikTok, who, by the way, Kendra is running.
Hello!
And she's just been doing an amazing job in keeping us all updated with the analytics and whatnot.
Speaking of which, if I may real quick, thank you everybody following the TikTok and watching all the things. It's so much fun getting to see all the folks that interact with everything. Anybody who posts a comment, I'll do my best to check it out, and if I got something to add, I'll throw it on there.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Actually, speaking of content too, I have another one for you guys, because I don't think we've mentioned it, but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say something. I'm sorry. So for those of you who post fan art, since it's now Sandtide, it should be hashtag D6ST or Sandtide at the end of that, not D6BA.
Yeah.
Black Archives is done. Tip hat.
Yeah. But with the end of Black Archives, we have moved to Sandtide or ST. So if you're trying to find us on social media and you're trying to tag us on social media, it is D6 Sandtide or D6 ST.
Sorry, recently I realized that I was like, we haven't said anything about that. Let me fix it.
Yeah. And actually, while we were talking about fan art, because that was actually the next thing I wanted to talk about, we are going to finally be adding our fan art galleries for our episode breaks. So any fan art that any of you guys decide to make and you tag us and we are able to get a hold of, we'll make sure to not only get the image, but we will also tag your social media that we get it from. So if it's from Blue Sky, we'll tag you on Blue Sky. If it is from Twitter, then it is tagged on Twitter. Tumblr, all the same. So if you guys have any fan art, we are keeping an eye out for it, and we will add it to the art gallery for the episodes from episode 6 and onwards.
I will also add for Instagram and Threads, you can tag me specifically if you want Blue Cosmonautics. I don't think any of you guys are all that active on it, so if you need me to scan for there, to make sure to tag my name, and I'll point it out to the team here, okay?
Yeah. And then, I think this is the last thing. I'm trying to
Sorry, I didn't mean to like screw up your roll.
Yeah, no. It's fine. I'm trying to. Oh yes, the homebrew content. We are hopefully coming out with a new homebrew by the time this episode comes out. It should be the Oath of the Kisasutai. If I remember correctly.
I believe it is.
Yeah, so the Oath of the Kisasutai is going to be basically our kind of samurai paladin mixture. Basically, your oath is to slay demons, and hopefully the heavily inspired subclass will entice you in order to change up whether or not you want to keep with the Radiant Smite, or if you want to delve into our Elemental Smite abilities. It also does give you unarmored bonuses, unarmored movement, unarmored defense, all that fun stuff, as well as a really big send-off to having a kind of a powered-up version of your paladin. So when this episode comes out, hopefully that will be done, and then we'll be moving on to our next homebrew piece. Okay. Anything else I'm missing?
Nothing I can think of.
Silly me. Oh. I nearly forgot. You might have noticed on the layout here, I have moved something. I think it's time that we show everyone the wonderful work of graphic artists that are part of this group.
Yay.
Our Jolly Roger!
Yay!
Look at how pretty
Hoist
it is.
the colors high.
Yee! It is so good.
I'm so glad. It looks so amazing, you guys. And this is the work of Kendra and Ray. It's absolutely beautiful. It will be staying here until we finish Sandtide. And the D6 logo has just been moved up here.
It's okay, D6. We still love you.
Yeah, we still love you, buddy. Don't worry. And so by the time this episode comes out, we will be doing a slight overhaul of the banners and logos. This in particular, I have also added the Azure Crests logo behind their group as well, since those are our current two parties that we'll be looking forward to in the future.
I miss them.
So, that being said, I don't think there's anything else. I believe we should be jumping into today's session.
Hooray!
Right back into the trauma, guys. Let's go. Sorry, lore.
Lore, trauma, what's the difference?
Presentation?
There you go.
So, where we had last left off, as the Astral Corsairs, having gone through the gauntlet of the Dead Man's Dive in order to find an Eye of Olnid, getting a whole bunch of treasure, heading to Arario to drop off a shipwrecked NPC, unfortunately, and heading to the undersea city known as Volflora. Upon arriving, you guys quickly find yourselves embroiled in the rising of the past of both Murad and Cotton. as their once sworn friend, now enemy, Arthur von Druig, had revealed much about their past, whilst Cotton regains a large part of their memories of their family. After having to be put unconscious for a temporary amount of time, of course, by Alois, he had to leave for the time being in order to deal with another matter altogether. As you guys recover and also join what is the Pirates' Court, giving your guys' opinion as well as gaining a massive level of reputation within the court by providing a map that shows the quartered charts for for pretty much the entire navy of Alanon within the Bordean Sea. This having the ramifications of yet to be revealed. Unfortunately, the court decided to remain neutral for the time being, as they do not want to be embroiled in choosing a side of a war that has yet to reveal which allies would be most beneficial. So, after the meeting, and also a unfortunate interaction that led to somebody accepting a marker, you all head...
Looking at you, Murad.
You all head back up to the surface after getting some hats and make headway to Wenrie's home, the Isle of Humguay.
Oh man, you guys are gonna love it. It's great there.
Alright. And with that, you set sail on your next adventure.
Murad is grumbling.
Cotton's just somewhere in a corner somewhere until you need her. Just a little depresso.
Wenrie will probably go over to Cotton, sit next to her, just like, anything I can do to lift your spirits?
It's all good. I appreciate it. And she's just still staring off where they came from in a general direction, just like, my child.
We'll get her. Don't worry, I promise you, we will get her.
I know. She'll get better. She's just, it's a little sore right now, you know?
Well, if you like, I can tell you a little bit more about Humguay. I mean, I know you were already there with Mr. Azure, but still.
Are there really plesiosaurs at your home?
Oh yeah! You didn't get much of a chance to see them, did you?
No, we went straight up into a mountain and got a ship from underwater.
Yeah. Well, hey, maybe you'll see them as we sail in. They might be doing patrols after he showed up, you know?
We're not gonna have to pry you from the mouth of one of them again, are we?
Nah, not these ones. These ones are trained.
She's trying to imagine how you would train a ginormous reptile.
Well, you start when they're little.
What is little for something that big?
Well, you see, we kind of follow around the mothers, and then when they give birth, then we kind of nab the little ones, and then we train them.
There's a slight look of, what? On her face?
Did you know that plesiosaurs, some of them give live birth, some of them lay eggs. The eggs, of course, are much easier to get, but...
Nope. This is the first I'm hearing of it. I didn't know they existed till we came to your island.
Oh, there's so much more that I could show you about it, too. Not just the plesiosaurs, I mean the pterosaurs and all the other reptiles and dinosaurs we got living on the island. Oh, it's great.
There are many questions, but I think I'll wait till we get to the island for now.
Okie dokie.
Wenrie and all of her dinosaur friends.
Yep.
I don't necessarily think a story about kidnapping children is appropriate for this particular circumstance.
Rollo's just like concerned.
But that's just me.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. It's like,
It's like, Wenrie's trying, okay?
Well, to be fair, they've given birth in our waters for eons, so
No, I get it. That's fine.
we're not taking them from their native waters. We're just raising them in the
Taking
bay
them from
instead
their
of in the ocean.
Mm.
No, the mothers, they lay the eggs or they give birth to the babies and then they vamoose.
Cotton just like pats your shoulder going, okay, I've had enough for now. And she goes to go get water.
Maybe I should shut up.
Not what I meant!
That's insight. Holly. Probably have enough insight to tell that she's talking a lot about dinosaurs, but not people.
Yeah, no, Cotton gets that.
I think Holly's gonna walk over to Cotton and be like, hey, would you like a drink?
Yeah. She means well. I just... She looks back up, like, up at... 'cause I'm assuming this was, like, higher up. It just looked at Wenrie going, you're okay. It's me.
She was just trying to cheer you up with some animal stuff.
I know, and I'm sure it'll be fine once we get there.
Maybe I should change
I'm
the
gonna,
topic, think about something else.
like, very carefully take your hand as well as I can, avoiding the claws.
Just holding on to, like, the beads.
Yeah, basically, just looking for beans and squishing them. And then I'm gonna take you over to where I have a bottle of alcohol stashed from the kegs that we got. There's like a flask behind a barrel and some ropes, and I just pull it out.
Huh. Clever.
I get really bored, and I hand it to you.
Well, I mean, she still has the cup that apparently they made for her, so she's like, thanks. She can't really grab it otherwise.
That's true. I guess you would, like, notice that. I'd be like, oh, shit, and then, like, undo it, and then, like, pour it out.
It's okay.
I mean, you got that dwarven cup.
Yeah, that's what she meant. Like, she's like,
Yeah.
hold on, I have this. I can't grab... I might crush that.
Your Stein.
Yes.
Stein! Either which way. Let's go into some notes real quick. As a lot of you are traveling sea-wise, it won't take you too long. It'll probably be a couple days before you get to Humguay.
Please forgive me that when you say that name, all my brain hears Mihominoi.
it was interesting learning how to pronounce it, I'll say that.
Humguay. See, this is why we don't throw our pens.
Why are you saying we? We's a lot of people.
We is indeed a lot of people. Do you mean the royal we, the singular we?
Yeah.
We.
Okay. As I think the royal way.
It is the royal way.
As you guys traverse, the seas are nice at the moment, especially for the cooler weather. And the first night that you come up here, you find yourselves on the day of the Dusk Mother's deliverance.
Ooh.
It is pretty much the second full moon of the year.
Sure is pretty.
Yeah.
Congrats, none of us are werewolves.
However, Wenrie,
Yet.
Yes.
make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy,
Oh, no!
charisma!
Did I lie?
Lucky for me, charisma's my best one. 17.
17? Alright, you're fine. Oh, actually, no.
Oh, actually, no. Okay.
Actually, no. You have all your spell slots, right? Currently?
Yes, I have all my spell slots.
Then you're fine.
Okay. What would happen if I didn't?
We'll find out.
You'll have to find out.
Alright, well, I gotta keep track of when the frickin' full moon is next.
We have a calendar.
We do have a calendar.
Yeah, you're fine. As the night simply goes on. As you travel and you begin to see the first cresting sight of those large mountains that make up the Humguay. It is like that, God, it's a reminiscent feeling. Especially for you, Wenrie. This island used to be the home of a massive great worm. And now it acts as supposed to be a home for your people.
Wenrie is just so giddy.
Yeah. As you get closer and as you spend the days, you begin to notice something. Holly, make me a perception check.
Okay.
Because you have the better eyesight here, actually. Out of everybody, you have the highest perception.
Bam! A 22.
Right. You notice in the far-off distance flags of a nation. Swarming ships that are currently circling the island.
I think Holly is going to get distressed for a second and head over to Wenrie and grab her by the hand and drag her to where she was looking out without saying a word. And just point at them and be like, are these the flags of your people?
Are they the flags of my people, Aaron?
I don't think your people has a flag.
Your passive history would tell you no. Those flags are the flags of Greater Volenstar.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Captain Mirad! Captain!
Yes?
Is there any way we can pick up the pace?
Yeah, I think we need to step on it.
These are flags being flown around by ships surrounding the island, as well as the flag that is currently being held with inland of the island. The colors are very brazen, and you get a feeling that since you've left, this island has now been occupied by something else.
What the hell is going on here?
Any way that I can maneuver and sneak the ship?
Yes. Guess with at least your boundless control of the ship, make a deception check.
Okay. Yeah. 14.
14?
Is there in any way we can help, at least having eyes on the about everything around him?
You, Mirad, kind of maneuvered the ship in a way that can be a bit confusing to read, as you take the helm and you spin it as hard as you can, as you don't swing the ship around, but you manage to avoid having your Jolly Roger show at the first glance, and then you get a much better perception as to what's going on here. Speaking of perception, make me a perception check.
Okay. $11.
11? Okay. There is, at least in the far off distance, there is a break of ships that can possibly, with the right maneuvers, get you past that line without being noticed. But you have to be quick and you have to be succinct about it. You need the entire crew to be on hand to do it.
Okay.
So.
All right.
With that,
Everyone pay attention. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Murad, you're going to make the first move, and I need you to roll a performance check.
Okay. 16.
What do you say to your crew to inspire them?
If we're tricky enough, and if we are being the pirates that we say we are, we can get through this undetected and get to your island, Wenrie. We're in this together.
I appreciate it, sir.
We just gotta
Thank
stay
you.
focused, not panic, and move forward as fast as we can. Undercover.
Alright. With that, the first move goes to you, Cotton. What do
Oh,
you think you
boy.
can do to help create a moment of opening?
Opening with the ships?
In assisting the ship getting there either faster or hiding you all from sight.
I'm not even totally sure. I'm just a physical fighter. Probably making sure maybe the cannons are hidden, so it's not to appear as a threat either. And also, the cannons are, I guess one of them is silver, and that would stand out against this very dark-looking ship.
Okay. So you wish to move the cannons. Make me an athletics check.
Oh boy. I rolled a 2! Went from 1 to 2! Oh my god.
How about you re-roll that with my chronal shift ability?
I appreciate you, Reloy. That's much better. How about a 24?
24, as you successfully try and make the ship look as more
Unassuming.
unassuming and almost like a trade ship. You lift everything, you move things around, and you make it look as a non-threat while still prepared to make an attack should you need to.
Yeah, it's not like the cannons are disabled. They're just pulled in, and I guess the little flaps that go over them are shut for now.
Yeah. All right. Holly, is there anything that you can come to mind as to assisting the ship to make it go by faster or to deceive those who are perceiving you?
I would like to give guidance to the captain. Like
Alright.
the spell. So that for his next roll or his next move, he has a little buff to his roll.
All right, and I will account for that when we come back to Murad when he makes his next move. Roloy,
Thank you.
anything that you would like to attempt to do in order to assist?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I would like to look at our Jolly Roger, I would like to cast Prestidigitation, and I would like to turn our sails stark white.
That's a clever one.
Convince them that you're still a trade ship. Very well.
Yep. That's the goal.
All right, and lastly, Wenrie.
I gotta wonder, would using fog cloud help us?
It very much could.
If anything, we'd look creepy. A ghost ship!
A range of 120 feet. I wonder if I could possibly just casually obscure way ahead of us so that when we sail in, they don't see us, and then we can just sail through.
Are we gonna really have the Black Pearl entrance? This is gonna be great.
All right. You produce a fog cloud where you are dictated where there is a breach in the crossing of the ships.
And this will last for 1 hour.
All right. As this massive fog cloud fills out, you warn Captain Murad as you guys will probably come off as like a ghost in the night.
It's Spooktember!
As Murad, make a sleight of hand as you attempt to move the ship in a very curious way to assure that you manage to get through.
Okay. What the fuck? Okay, 7, plus
That's a
2
D4.
is a 9, and then guidance is
Yeah.
what again?
A D4.
A D4.
Yeah. That is plus 2. That is an 11. Even though I could just.
I believe the term we've been going with is failing upwards.
Quite luckily, with the DC getting lower and lower with everybody's proper assist, you managed to use that fog cloud and your giant white sails to your advantage, as well as just the slight carefulness of the hand with the guidance and the unassuming nature of the ship in total, managing to enter this fog cloud and almost disappear like a wisp before re-entering well within the boundaries and finding yourselves in a hidden grotto, not too far from the bay of Wenrie's village. As you guys move into this small system, Wenrie, with the same insight, you manage to leave behind a massive fog cloud to this area, so that way nobody can really look inside unless they really force their way through. And as such, you guys successfully break the barricade that had been made up of Vollenstein ships as you now enter the island of Humguay.
Cotton gives like a quieter, like, thanks to Rolloy, just like, that was tense.
Good job, everyone. Now let's see what the hell's going on here.
Looks to me like you're being occupied by another country.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't like it at all.
I mean, this island was hidden for so long, and now I guess it's just they happen to find your island now, and yeah, I don't like what this outcome might be.
Yeah, you think they might have just been like, oh, hey, somebody's already here. Maybe we should talk to them first.
No.
Especially if there's talk of war, they're not going to care. They're going to try to shove their way in.
Think the Navy's in need of some trained plesiosaurs?
Well, they're not going to get it by occupying this place. I'll tell you right now, none of us would be willing to do that.
Well, let's go check on your family first, and then we might hear better information from them.
Yeah. Ooh, I hope they're okay.
And for the rest of you, since you weren't with us when this is where we found the ship, by the way.
Oh.
Fun fact.
Well, let's drop anchor and find a spot to hide the ship.
Keep that sword very close to you.
I will.
As the lot of you disembark onto the island and enter its thick forest and jungle, you can definitely tell, Wenrie, that something is not ecologically right here. Almost as if once the massive beasts and small reptilian creatures that once entered the sprawling lands of this jungle have not ceased to exist, but rather moved away. Like, they've gotten further away from the town.
Something certainly scared them off. Probably something loud to get rid of all the really big ones.
I mean, it was just your people up until now, so I can imagine all this new ruckus is spooking the hell out of them.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, well, I know a quiet way into the village. This may keep us safer, just so that we don't run into anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. All of you make a stealth check with advantage, because Wenrie is assisting you with guiding.
I got as high as an 11. Love it.
It was almost a 20 with advantage. Okay, that's a 16. I'll take that.
Roll
13 for me.
Rolled double 15s.
My highest
honest-
was an 8.
I get it for Cotton. She kind of stands out, but I feel like I can still use the hood of the Cape of the Manta Ray without having to use it for water breathing, right? I can just use it as to cover
you can
her
use
head.
it just
Okay.
to use it, yeah.
Okay, she's gonna do that for now.
Alright. So 15 for Rolly, and then What was it for Cotton?
11.
And then 19 for me.
So, quite luckily, as you stay all within the forest and moving as a group and kind of assisting each other how to move through, a few snaps and there are probably some who might have been curious, but not curious enough to stop what they're doing as you enter within the town and see the entire town is reoccupied with what looks like to be these large, these verdant guards, as they are called in Wallenstein. However, in the entirety of the mass of all these armored individuals, one stands out above the rest. One that is covered in this plate armor that kind of has these green veins that make up the entirety of that green armor.
Oh boy.
This guy looks dangerous, but while he is in control of these soldiers, he's not what you would consider to be in control of all of them. There has to be at least somebody at the command of all of this. You're not exactly sure who. You would notice as kind of working along, and you can see guards kind of just not being too nice about it. Kind of notice that there's very few halflings here being put to work.
Which will prompt Wenrie to snarl angrily, but not run out there, but she wants to.
Cotton just kind of gives your shoulder a pat, like, easy. Does it look like they're just not, like, her people aren't there, or just the few that are there are just working and we have no idea exactly where these, like, does it look like maybe some of them might have ran? Like look like they evacuated?
Make a survival check.
Okay. Survival. Oh, that's a flat roll, so. Let's see. Hey, 15!
15?
Nice.
You get a sense and feeling that not all the halflings are here. The ones that are here are probably the only ones being put to work, and are the only ones that probably hadn't been caught up in whatever mess was being made. Wenrie, you also notice once that mighty library that had made up the entirety of this small town in Humguay has now been redesignated as some kind of base for military operations.
Do you want to piss Wenrie off? This is how you piss Wenrie off. You took away her sacred space.
This does absolutely look like an occupation.
Okay.
But I'm not
Okay.
I'm not seeing anybody really, aside from those that they have put to work. There's no proof that they're probably locked up somewhere, but
Well,
there are a lot of ships here.
there are a lot of ships. I'm just afraid if they might have taken some people and put them on those ships.
Do your people have a way of, like, a secondary area in case they need to evacuate to hide?
We haven't needed one, but there are a few places out on the island that are relatively unknown to anybody who doesn't like going out there. So hopefully the scouts, they guided a bunch of folks out there.
Perhaps we should try to find them.
I think that's a good second course of action to try to
Yeah.
check in on that.
I wouldn't dare go out in the village with everything occupied like this.
No, they'd take one look at you and immediately probably try to put you through the same things the rest of your people are going through right now.
Yeah, and then they would very quickly find themselves with a spike through their chest. But
Not a great move right now. She's like
I
eyeballing
know.
the big plated dude, like,
I know it's not a good move, which is why I'm not charging out there. There's no way I would survive that. We'll go find as many folks as we can. There's a few places out there. I know some of the places the scouts like to go to, so we can start there and maybe we'll find somebody.
Sounds good.
Alright, lead the way.
Wenrie will give one last infuriated but also very sad glance at the village before quietly guiding everybody away.
Make me a perception check real quick.
Okay. That is a nat 20, good sir.
Well done.
As you begin to kind of let everyone be guided away, you take a look back and you notice, and exiting out through the library, a tall, high elven woman, adorned in what could only be considered as a very prominent officer's outfit. She has two blades to her side, and her long, very bright blondish hair and the long ears that reach to a very sharp point, and those unbelievably solid amber eyes almost kind of pierce through the forest for what looks like to be that giant metal figure coming back to her and having a conversation. I'm not sure who that is, but you can feel the eminence and the danger from that individual alone for turning and following your friends.
Wenrie will remember that.
Where to, Wenrie?
Well, we've got a few options. We could head towards the far beach. We could head to the caves. Or we could head to the mountains.
I feel like the caves or the mountains are probably where they might have gone, because the oceans are surrounding the island and the beaches are very wide open, so...
I agree. The caves are a little maze-like, though, so be careful and stick together.
Okay.
So, which one are you going to first? Mountains or caves?
Probably the caves.
Okay. As you move further back into the jungle as silently as possible and try not to raise any suspicion, as you get to what looks like to be this massive wash that leads out into the ocean and then that massive waterfall up towards it, you notice on the other side where that cave opening could possibly be. As you begin to move through, by the time you reach the other side of the wash, you begin to notice some of the wildlife is slowly returning.
Well, that's a good sign.
As you reach inside of the cave, let's see. Who's gonna get it? Rolloy.
Who's gonna get it, Rolloy? Oh no!
That's me!
What is Roy getting?
As
I hope it's a present.
I hope it's a
as the lot of you begin to enter the cave mouth, you hear a snap of something, and all four of you begin to suddenly hug the wall while Rolla, you're standing in the center as an arrow suddenly just grazes your shoulder.
Cotton just grabs your arm now and just yanks you over just in case now.
Huh.
As you take 4 points of piercing damage from an arrow.
How about you stand behind me for now, Rolloy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Took the look of like, oh, okay, on her face.
Yeah, Mira's like, okay, I'm gonna start looking for traps.
You notice that it probably wasn't a trap, it was an intentional fire.
Oh, it's intentional fire? Gotcha.
Wenrie, I think that might be your people.
Wenrie nods in agreement, and she. Oh gosh, what would be a good way for her to signal, "Hey, I'm a friend," aside from
Just
saying,
say, "Hey,
I'm a
you're a
friend."
Friendly.
Well, do your people not speak Draconic?
This is true.
Maybe
So,
speaking
Wenrie-
in that language.
Wenrie will speak Draconic and tell everyone, This is Wenrie. I'm back. I'm a friend. These are my friends. Please do not fire."
How long have
A
you
little
been
late for
gone?
that.
I don't think she knew. How did you, Roloy? Do you speak Draconic?
Does he?
I don't.
Does Rollo speak?
I'm making assumptions.
Okay.
And I'm not going to garble frickin' any Draconic. Sorry, guys.
As you hear in Draconic, Wenrie?
Cotton even answers, that would be your tea leaf, yes.
As out of the shadows, you see with what looks like to be a somewhat visibly drained archer as he enters into the light with a lot of you. You're back. As you see this very young-looking halfling individual, slightly haggard, brownish hair, those slightly greenish eyes, and as well as just looking almost thin to the bone. Like he hasn't slept or had a decent meal in a while.
Wenrie will eagerly rush up to him, just like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Oh my god, what's going on?"
I'm the one who got shot.
Rolite, shush.
I don't see anybody rushing to my aid, asking if I'm okay.
Do you want me to pour some whiskey on your face?
No,
As-
that's
on
not
his
where I
shoulder.
got shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
As you can see, he kind of just like loosens the bow a bit, and as you go and see, this is one of the many people. So much has happened since you've left.
When did this happen? You're skin and bones. What happened?
It's been hard to hunt anything since they occupied the space. The rest of us are further within the cave. Come. Explain more there.
Of course.
I am so glad I was right about this assumption.
As you can see, he's kind of just like slowly getting across, and as you reach deeper within the caves and following this large, almost maze, you begin to pick up some other people who have acted as archers and guards. As you further get into the cave, you reach this massive area that has been made with tents. It's dark, it's wet, it smells like, dirt down here, and the only light that possibly comes through is through this massive hole through the ceiling as it comes down, and you can just see that the fires have barely been kept as they've had to be very careful about making runouts. You see that there are plenty of individuals. Much of the older ones are still looking healthy, and the young ones are looking healthy, but the slightly older ones are very haggard. As one of the elder halflings come over, and they like, Wenrie, as see this very oldish looking halfling with a bit of a beard kind of going down. Looks like it hasn't been kept up for a while for obvious reasons, and fully bald on the head, and just kind of a little fluffs on the side from not being able to shave it. You're back. I would have assumed you'd still be on your adventures.
Well, it's a long story. We were just coming by and we figured we'd stop by. I thought I'd be coming home to see everybody having a good celebration and everything, but when did this happen? When did these people occupy the island? What's going on?
It's a bit of a story. First off, it happened about a month after you had left. We were minding our own business as usual, and then we saw those massive ships come by, waving their flags. There was a woman. She told us that the island here was being annexed for military purposes. And as such, she gave us a choice. Either we can assist them, or we would need to relocate. We are simple folk here. We prefer not to raise blade nor spell to anyone that could be an inconvenience, but we wanted to attempt to at least protect our homes, so we told them we'd given them an answer in a day. We prepared our forces. What a mistake that was.
How many?
Too many. They came with their soldiers. And one in particular, slaughtered everyone. And then any of us that were able to escape, we fled to these mountains, into the caves. Anyone left behind was forced to do work. They were sounding off their cannons to chase away many of the wildlife from intervening. And for here we've stayed for weeks, trying to come up with a plan in order to take back Humguay.
How many of you are left?
As kind of points around the entire cave, there's about at least a couple thousand, but not more than that. This used to be a very bustling city. This used to be the home of a lot of halflings, and now probably about 20 to 30% were killed. 30% are left over back in the village being put to work.
Yeesh.
Wenrie's having a hard time keeping it together.
Yeah. Do your people have a way to get off the island?
No. We sailed here on the Nightwish when we came to this island centuries ago. We are not travelers, we're not wayfinders anymore. We were simple folk. We relied on Mongur's blessing to protect us. And now he's gone. He's gone.
Cotton's thoughts were trying to think of maybe the other island that we saw remnants of what seemed to be Wenrie's people, but, way back when.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also worried that maybe that's just a temporary solution, because that island is also findable.
Also, it's been a while since we've been there, so it might also have changed in conditions.
Yeah.
Not the kobolds. I like them.
We did too, even though they called me a dog.
But they were funny folk, and they gave Rolai his fancy little magic ball.
Well,
Okay, alright. Wenrie is trying to take deep breaths, keep herself steady. Okay,
Yeah.
so...
This is, by the way, this is Elder Yardable. It's spelled with a J instead of a Y. Yardable.
Okay, Elder...
Thank you.
Okay.
Wenrie, taking a look around, make a quick, just, perception check.
Okay, quick perception. Maybe it's the tears. She's only got a 12.
You notice that your parents aren't here.
Are not here?
They are not here.
Oh boy. Elder Yardbull, do you have any word of my parents? Do you know where they might be? Or my brothers?
I think that they are the ones that still might be within the town.
Oh, good lord.
It's been
working
a
for
while.
them?
It's been a while since we've had any word, but we did... A day or so ago, had some assistance in getting some proper information. A man came from the northern country.
Can you describe him?
Humanoid, human-sized, bright red hair, wore a red jacket, and carried a particular-looking blade.
Wenrie will cast just a glance at Murad, but then back to the Elder.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a half shrug. Just like,
Did he give you a name, or do you have any more features about him?
He said he was just here to help. Said that he didn't much like Wallenstein and their behaviors, the way that they treated people.
Oh, I know who it is.
Well, I suppose I have to be a little bit grateful for his sentiments at the very least.
He said that he went up into the mountains to deal with a particular situation in hopes that he might be able to find an answer for us.
Okay. Is there anyone of us up in the mountains that I might be able to reach?
No, we all made it into the caves.
Okay.
And you're
All
sure
right.
that they won't be able to find this place, right? For now?
For now,
These
yes.
caves are an absolute maze. If you don't know your way around, you could be stuck down here forever.
Okay.
And you see as he kind of gets up and just grabs your face, Wenrie. I just want you to understand if we do not have any other option, Humguay might be lost forever. There will be no home for us left.
I don't like this either. The countries are at war, and this one just thinks they can choose an island already occupied for themselves. Assholes.
Agreed.
Alright. Okay. Whew. Alright. Are any of the rangers, any of the animal handlers, have they thought of anything? Maybe the wildlife might be able to help us out? I know that some of them out there are pretty terrifying.
As the one that you guys had helped bring back in, you can see as he kind of like moves over just a bit. We tried to wrangle a couple earlier, but apparently whatever they're doing to scare them off, it's working.
I don't think they've heard the sounds of cannons before, have they?
No.
So yeah, they would run. Self-preservation.
And
So-
some of these creatures, big as they are, and scary as they are, Yeah, something strange like that. Cannon fire.
Well, if the red-headed person you said is still up there, maybe we can see what we can do with him. Maybe he's figured something out. Instead of just you all sitting down here with nothing to answer to at this point.
It's worth a try.
The best pathway is to continue through the caves and make a way up. He should be kind of... says he's overlooking something, trying to gain a tactical advantage.
Tactical
Will
advantage would help.
will this sound like a viable clue to Wenrie, where she might be able to narrow down where he is?
Yeah. It's not hard. It is actually probably one of your favorite spots to overlook the entire island as you can stare down into the town of Humguay.
Well,
Okay.
lead the way, Wenrie.
Yes. Real quick, before we go, Wenrie will probably reach into her bag and take whatever rations she's carried along with her. It's not much, but maybe something.
And you see as they gratefully take it. Hopefully we might be able to scavenge something soon. Without all those brutes roaming around and causing so much trouble.
I mean, they haven't seen our faces, so maybe when we get back, we can maybe try to help with that.
Maybe. Not sure about that. Again, these people, if they are preparing for war, they're going to be on edge. And...
No fucking kidding.
Bork, bork. Heck, heck.
Bark.
Well, given they only expect halflings on this island, I will say right now, Cotton, having one of you just barrel in there will probably throw them off, but there's so many, I would never dare do that.
at least not without this tactical advantage.
I
Right.
could spook him. No one knows what I am.
It's true, but again, I wouldn't dare send you in there on your own.
Not yet, at least.
I'm not going to run into the middle of it, but I can absolutely cause a ruckus, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's find out more about this redhead guy. See if we found anything.
Wenrie will actually take a note of that distraction idea.
Make sure
She's thinking of
long
something.
strider prepared. Click.
Click. A boop.
All right. So,
I mean, we long rested quite a few times, so it's easy to say we probably have something prepared.
Yep. So, yeah, Wenrie is more than happy to guide the way through the caves and up to the mountains.
And I will say I would probably have done my magical tinkering because one of those options is emits an odor or nonverbal sound or static visual effect. I am also an artificer, remember?
Yeah.
So she's like, give me a minute, and she's like tinkering for a second. She's like, ooh, chaos? I can do chaos.
Alright. As you guys travel out of the caves, as you go further in it before it begins to rise, and then you meet what looks like to be this exit. As you travel for another few hours, as you now begin to pass into the into what is the twilight hours. You walk through what is this small trail of trees before you see what on this cliffside a single individual standing there, staring down at the large city, unassuming. This individual with this beautiful red coat and bright orange hair before he turns and sees the lot of you. It's very strong looking face of a man who has seen so much. Well, isn't this curious?
Hello.
Indeed it is.
None
Hi.
of you look like military officials.
No,
We're not
sir.
with them.
I hope not.
If nothing else, it's somebody who came home to a place that is not home.
anymore. For now.
Traveler.
Yeah, apparently my kind is rare on the seas.
Not exactly. As he goes and steps towards all of you. However, what I'm more curious about is returning home, not expecting a military occupation.
Exactly.
And
I
yet
was
none
told
of
that
you
this
ran.
started. I was told this started about a month after I had left. There's no way in hell I'm leaving this place without figuring out what the hell we can do.
As you see, he kind of just sits on the ground and kind of keeping at eye level. I'm more impressed that somebody like you, who probably sailed into that barricade, did not run.
We have our ways.
You can ask Cotton. I'm not one to run.
Mm-mm. Feel like I'm gonna have to put you on a leash at some point.
Okay, this gets Wenrie laughing.
And at this point, I believe that will make us allies for the moment. You can tell that your guys' intent is at least good.
Well, if we're gonna be allies, we should at least know your name. I'm Cotton. And you are?
Captain Murat here.
As you say that, make a persuasion check.
Who?
Me?
Cotton, because you said it first.
Okay. Woo! -1. Let's go. It's a natural 20.
Ah, thank you.
So it's still a 19 tier.
As
Still.
he looks at all of you. Alright. Keep in mind, in knowing my name, I want to assure you to avoid as much trouble as possible. I am Samael Ishgari.
I fucking knew it.
I am the
Would I
head
know
of
that
the
name?
Ishgari house within Volenston, the house in the Clusive Thalia.
Would we know that's what Valenson is against right now after the whole conference? Or that we
Your
just know that there's
history?
war?
Your history check, and I'll note this. Your history check tells you this, or your passive history. It tells you that the 5 houses of the Cliffs of Thalia have been at war with Greater Volenston for nearly 20 years. The fact that the head of a household is here tells that the actual ferocity of a man like this is willing to do anything to cause trouble to people like, well, the military of Volenston.
Yeah, Cotton's ears would perk up immediately then and be like, Ishgari as in the Thalia Cliffs?
Yes.
Well, can't say I'm surprised about your stance on them down there. Common enemy right now. I'm not exactly all too happy to find out that my friend's home just got occupied because they decided they want to go to war.
They've been making plans and causing this kind of trouble long before. I've had to deal with many issues, but in the grand total of it, I'm here to assure that the Admiral down there is dead.
Well, Mr. Ishgari, I am more than happy to help you in that venture.
Like the sound of that.
Well, I am the captain, and, well, it seems that one of my crewmates is not going to change their mind. I will also assist.
Captain?
Mara,
As you see,
you know if it was our home, you'd be doing the same.
Of course.
as he gets up and kind of dusts off the coat. Well then, let's discuss all the information that we all know at the moment. First and foremost... Oh.
Sorry, no, that was me trying to breathe because dying. Ignore me.
What I do know is that the admiral known as Averine Leoven is the one that is currently occupying that town down there. She's also brought along at least 2 Arc Knights to assist her in its occupation.
Those big guys in armor?
Mm-hmm. Hard to hit, very difficult to kill.
She looks at her paws. Maybe.
And as for all the others, it seems like that they came fully prepared to knowing that if they came with armor, that they would have a better chance. Unfortunately, I was here too late in assisting people. The people that were probably needed the assistance. So...
Well, I'm gonna be honest. If they surprised my people, they would have probably surprised you too. Albeit, you probably have more connections than we did.
I was surprised by Wallenstein once. I would never let that happen again.
Cotton would kind of like kneel down to Wenrie and kind of explain in a nutshell. Just the idea between Wallenstein and the Thalia Cliffs, and he's one of the head of the houses and all that shit.
Frame of reference for anybody listening. Wenrie knows nothing of
Neither
the
does
outside
Cotton,
world.
but she at least has she's got a pretty decent education, so...
Yeah. You know, about 25 years ago, that the sons of the House of Ishgari, one of them had died and the other one was left. The matriarch was left in a state of mental turmoil to the point where she is just catatonic, and the head of the house was killed in a fire.
Yeah. She'd kind of like nod her head to him going, I'm sorry for all the pain you've gone through so far, but we thank you for any help you can give us here. We were all surprised to see Wallenstein flags all the way out here.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the biggest questions is why would they want exactly this space in particular? It's a sizable island, no doubt about that, and having a place where they might have been able to occupy is without a doubt a good move, but I'm curious as to why is it that they decided to head out into the west and claim this island of all places?
Well, I can think of one reason. This island isn't really well documented. It's been hidden for thousands of years. It wouldn't be on any modern map.
So they'd have the element of surprise.
And the only way to know is if you were following them, or if you know exactly where they were coming from.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
This was an island protected by a great worm.
Well, it's protected more than just a great worm, actually. As he kind of looks out to one of the massive mountainsides that seemingly had probably been made a trail of recently. I think that there's something actually under the mountain, more than just what was once a great worm, but probably something else. It's
Something
sleeping.
I hadn't found yet? I'm surprised. I spent pretty much every day since I could walk wandering this island, so... surprised I hadn't found it yet.
I had some special help. As he grabs hold to the blade onto his side. It's not locked away, it's just sleeping at the moment.
Is this a creature?
Big creature.
Are we talking another dragon?
No.
Okay.
A dragon's presence would have definitely affected these lands long before, but whatever is sleeping under these mountains... they've obviously been asleep for very long. And would preferred probably not to be bothered.
Hmm.
But if we manage to wake it, we could probably cause some trouble.
I'm always down for some trouble.
True.
It wouldn't happen to be a
But-
plesiosaur, would it?
Another one.
I don't believe it would be a plesiosaur.
Just asking because we have a track record.
If my guess is right, and Wenrie will look to Samael thoughtfully, this might be some kind of titanosaur.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Titanosaur. One of the largest creatures to ever have existed on this planet. Hence the name.
Then
Titanosaur. Titanic lizard.
Would it... I know what Titan means. Would it be, wise to wake something up that big?
That's what I'm wondering. If we do, there could be some collateral damage that we didn't plan on.
I mean, if it's worth the risk of removing these people, then maybe, but it would be the issue of what do we do when... after we wake it up and remove the threat.
It sounds like something we should probably bring up with your people.
Definitely. The elders would probably know more. They probably have some stories that even I hadn't heard.
What other information have you discovered about this? Or just that it's your only hunch and clue at the moment? Talking to Samael.
The other is quite possibly a silent operation in which we could potentially remove the threat, hopefully in the night, but if we cause any kind of ruckus or any kind of trouble, God knows that they just...
would retaliate against the people here.
Exactly.
And with how many there are of them and
Well,
the state of my people.
I mean, there's always the calculated bit of taking out the ones in command, and they all kind of fall apart.
Cutting off the snake's head?
Pretty much.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, but that still leaves the Archknights who would take up commands shortly thereafter.
Oh, I was including them in that talk.
Well, I could certainly take care of at least one of them, but...
How many are there?
2. And that also leaves the Admiral, who is probably just as skilled or more skilled than both of them combined.
Okay, so let's leave those options, the last option. The less violence that could be caused against your people is the best. If we can.
Right.
So I think from here we should go speak with your people about what could be sleeping under the mountain and if it could help us, if it's wise. We go from there.
Definitely. Sir, if Mr. Ishgari, if you could just please keep an eye on things from here. And if you have any ideas, I'm pretty sure everyone down there would be happy to accept you if you tell them you're a friend of Wenrie Tea Leaf.
I will keep that in mind. I'm here to not just only assist you, but also, this is for the sake of my people as well.
Of course, I wouldn't expect you to be so altruistic to throw yourself away just for a bunch of halflings on a island that previously nobody had ever heard of.
Fair enough. For the time being, I'll stay here and keep watch.
Sounds like a smart idea.
Right there.
Thank you, sir.
Until we meet again.
Yes. We'll be back as soon as we can.
And as he goes and stares back out into the cliffside and kind of keeping an eye out on the town, you get the faint feeling you at least have some powerful ally here for the time being.
It's one
Some
more
of
than
us
we
who
had
were in the
before.
last campaign are screaming.
Yeah, tell me about it. But at least now we have somebody more on our side.
Yeah.
It's one more than we had yesterday.
Just keep in mind, Wenrie, you remember how the council was talking about taking sides and not taking sides? He did mention this is also for his people. So just be very careful about what you agree to, okay?
I understand. For now, having his help to at least keep an eye on things.
Absolutely. I'm just saying,
that's
we've already
certainly
made an
helpful.
accidental agreement with someone else, and she just kind of light pat on the back. I'm not trying to rub your nose in it.
She'll get hers.
As will this woman.
At least her crew seemed really nice. Hangover wasn't, but the crew was nice.
Crew was great.
The crew was hilarious.
Except for that bitch.
Except for this bitch. Alright, so, as you return back to your people, back into the cave systems, as you approach, you can definitely see, like, people have acknowledged that you've returned to Wenrie, but it's definitely a change of what was once that very lively town to sad and dreary.
I hate seeing them like this.
It's not permanent. It's not going to be permanent.
I know. Still, I would have loved you guys to come to this island and see all the colorful banners up, and honestly, there may have been a party going on, and we would have been able to hop in, and it'd be great, but as it is, we've got work to do.
Well, I do remember some of it. Dad and I got here. Certainly drew a lot of
True, you
attention,
did.
and then you tried tailing us painfully bad.
Listen, I'm
She's
not
trying
exactly
to get a
the
rise out of you.
sneakiest. I'm not exactly the sneakiest person, okay? I tried.
No, but A for effort.
Well, the point was there were two big strange people entering my island for the first time in... No, not centuries, millennia.
But I got you to
So,
not
of
think of
course.
the sad things for now.
Yeah, for the moment, so thank you, Cotton. I appreciate it.
No worries.
As some individuals begin to have a personal conversation as the lot of you return back, you see what looks like to be a small group of rangers as they what looks like to be a much more slightly older, rougher, tougher, bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. So all of you went to go see the man in red, huh?
Yes.
Sure did.
At the moment, he is friendly. He will be keeping an eye on the village, and true, he has his own motives, but at the moment, his motives align with ours.
Removing these people from your island.
Right.
At the very least.
One of the suggestions he mentioned was about something sleeping under this island. Under the mountain.
Would you have any stories that I might have missed growing up?
See as the elder Yardabo looks over. Ah, that little story. As he kind of like turns in the kind of like on the rock face and just like, well, it was a long tale, but we assumed it something more of a myth, really. We knew that Mongrel existed here, but apparently he was a bit of a collector of not just only treasures, but as well as creatures. One of which was a particular creature that he had designated to act as the lands of Humguay, or Humguay. And apparently this creature wraps pretty much throughout the entirety of the island.
Like a Leviathan?
No, it's land itself. An old tale, but apparently it walked through the seas.
Oh.
If I'm understanding you right, then you're trying to say that the creature under the mountain is the island we're on.
No, the creature under the mountain is the mountain.
Oh. Well, you weren't wrong about the size, Wenrie.
I told
So,
you.
we're talking about... What, just a living mass? A genius loci?
That's what the tales say. I'm not sure if it's a creature that simply passed away in its sleep to act as land here, or if it was if it's still awake and dormant.
Well, we were talking about why they would be here, and if somehow they've assumed that tale to be true, that could be another reason why they're here, besides a tactical advantage of being surprising their enemies. 'Cause
What better way to win a war than to have a giant beast be your weapon?
that's the thought, which is why we came to you. If we were to maybe find that this creature is in fact real and alive, we could wake it and it would absolutely scare them off the island, but it's still on the island with you.
It still is the island.
If this creature does exist, as the tale would depict it to be, if it were to move, all the people here would be in danger. Massive tremors throughout the entirety of the island, our city would be decimated. Sure, they'd be gone, but there'd be nothing left.
Except to rebuild, and they would be gone.
As you see one of the younger rangers
Yes,
come
but-
over, it's like, maybe we shouldn't just be here anymore.
Well, that is an option. Not one that I want, but it is an option. But would we really want to just abandon?
As this young ranger, as he's kind of just staring around the cave, look at us. What do we have left? We've grown complacent, and now this is what we're left with. When Humgray's blessing had lifted off of this island, we should have gone with it.
Well, we were thinking about this, but moving from one island to another just seems to be a band-aid on a much larger wound. Making some sort of obvious scare to make them feel like they shouldn't be on this island does sound like a better option, even though it could be quite destructive, but like I said, you'd be able to rebuild and you'd know to keep an eye out. But from the sounds of it, no one's truly safe right now. War is at hand, and it's the people that unfortunately get the short end of the stick.
And unfortunately, there's not enough of us to really pose any threat to them. We can try. By sheer numbers, there's maybe a few hundred of them and a couple thousand of us, but look at the state of us. What do you guys propose we do? I'm trying to think, but...
Well, we have other options of trying to plan an attack on the leaders, which there are 3 that we know of.
It wouldn't be easy, but it is an option. But my concern is that those that they have forcefully working for them would get hurt.
Yes, but it's one of those things where it would have to be probably an operation of more delicate movement, not just a declaration of war, but more of a tactical, sneaky trickery. but that's just my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
As one of the other young rangers, as he kind of approaches, well, I do know this, the large chapel next to the library is where they store the rest of us for the time being, especially those who are working. As for the rest, we've kind of just been sparsely kind of trapped within our own homes, at least as far as I was able to see. But if you manage to at least get enough of us out, we wouldn't have much of a fear moving forward in any assault on the town.
So a rescue operation would probably be our first task. Looking at the others.
I think that may be a good idea. If we rescue them, they might have seen something around the village, like routines and who's where at what time.
Well,
it might give us some kind of advantage.
I can create one of my I can tinker an option to make like a large kind of like it can't say words, but it can make a large like roaring kind of sound, and I can absolutely distract them from the area if we want to try it, but it would lessen the guards that are there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What about you two, Holly, and Roloy? Any more ideas to help?
I think going in under the cover of night and extracting them is the best option right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very nearly night, so we would have to move.
Wenrie, would you be able to put a fog upon the town like you did for our boat?
Of course.
Combine that with some of the stuff that I can do, like I mentioned.
It wouldn't be terribly big, so I
Just
may not be
enough
able
to
to cover
cause confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could put, let's see. I could probably put a fog cloud centered on majority of the soldiers so they directly can't see anything, but then also I could give us a second cloud just to give us some kind of cover.
That lasts for an hour, right?
Yeah. So that would certainly help us. Just pretend there's a night fog that rolls in.
The other question is, do we risk being chased into the middle of the forest and the potentiality of somebody catching us within the caves? Don't want to bring up a lot of bad thoughts, but all of our plesiosaurs that we used out in the sea have been chased away. And I'm not sure how any of you even got past the barricade.
Luck and skill.
Cotton would look at Mirad like, do we tell them we have the ship?
I mean, like, that could be our way of hiding people. I think we have it in a safe spot.
That's well hidden.
Just sidebar player talk. I'm under the impression that Wenrie got a pretty good send-off. So a lot
So they know we have the Night Wish, then yeah.
They know we have the Night Wish.
Okay,
Right, forgot about the session 0, I'm sorry.
I don't know about this, so Mirad's like,
Well, we got a sizable send-off, so everybody here, they know we have the Night Wish, so at the very least, they knew that these folks didn't have the Night Wish.
Yes.
Well, if things really go to hell during the operation, if they could operate the boat, they could drive it to the other side of the island and wait for us.
Unfortunately, the boat is attuned.
Right.
Yes, it doesn't quite work that way.
Do you have to be on board to drive the ship?
Like, you gotta like
Because you know what would be a really big distraction?
A pirate ship?
A boat trying to get through the barricade.
True.
If memory serves, Cotton, I believe your dad, Mr. Azure, I believe he used the sword to guide the boat around, and he was just on the shore.
Yeah, and he wasn't really attuned to it either. at the time.
It just knew better. Sorry, Mr. Popo.
Look, I'm still getting used to this magic thing.
With Eloise Azure, you better know better.
It just knew better.
Maybe we should, if you're okay, and she's looking at the elders, if you're okay, maybe we can handle this with the redheaded man up on the mountain to see what the best option is there, because we understand that we're trying to do zero, like, minimum to no casualties as best we can.
The notion is that you have to be conscious in order to call the ship to you.
Okay.
As long as it has an ability to get as close as it can, it will not run ashore unless you command it to. For the most part, if you're on any shore at any random distance, it will come when you call, but you can only command the ship and its abilities while you are on deck. So, like, if you needed to fire cannons, if you needed to set the sails to a certain speed, or if you needed to go in a particular direction, you have to be on deck for that. But to call the ship to you is part of the sword's ability.
Okay. Let's see. So with that said, a second phase of operations might be in order for us not to just lead, if we are somehow being followed. We do not want to lead them to the caves.
No, it's not going to be directly to the caves. It's
No, there's countless places to hide around this island. We would put them in one of the safe places, and then perhaps later bring them to the caves, or bring everyone in the caves out, depending on how things go.
I would also like to point out to you all, we're supposed to be making a name of ourselves as pirates, so there really is no need for us to be sneaky and be recognized.
It's true.
Are you suggesting we fly our colors?
We could if we wanted to mess with them. We're not allied to any country, so we wouldn't be putting any other country at risk.
Flying our colors in the dead of night with a ship that's
I'm just
dark
saying
as
if we
night.
need as much of a distraction as possible, we need to include the ship.
Oh no, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying do it. Imagine how scary that would be, a ship appearing out of nowhere.
I mean, we kind of disappeared out of nowhere, too.
What's with nobody on board? And with nobody on board, we're free to pilfer whatever we can find.
True. I could try to be on the ship to help with the distraction, because the ship can only go certain places without me.
And the town is not too far from shore. To be honest, if the escape was into the mountains or towards the ship, both are relatively solid options. It's finding a place to hide after that is to determination. But if this is a potential rescue mission, plan doesn't sound bad.
I mean, we can take surprise pot shots at their ships and damage them, too. Then they'd have to leave and go back and get some help.
Make surprise pot shots with a ship that's practically invisible.
At night, yes.
At night.
We are the toothless of the night.
It's our Night Fury!
Maybe that'll be an alternative alias for us.
We could.
Combined with some spooky sounds and the right setting.
And if word gets out and we're starting to terrify a fairly strong nation, it would also make those who we're dealing with, like, you know, the four pirate lords, might think twice in trying to surprise us right away.
Mm-hmm. We've already made a good point of ourselves at the meeting.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
As that bitch said, we need to kind of impress.
Mm-hmm.
What would be more impressive than rescuing an island of... Well, sure, rescuing an island of my people, but also scaring off Wallenstein.
I think they're going to focus on the Wallenstein part, not to be rude.
Hey, I'll take what I can get.
Pirates aren't heroes, pirates are pirates.
I think the plan sounds hilarious.
Oh, it
but I'm
does. It absolutely does.
But I'm rescuing my people.
Let's
You guys are wreaking havoc. Let's go.
Catch
We're
them
a
with their
different
pants
kind.
down. Right?
You're a different kind of pirate. Well then,
Well,
as you guys begin to discuss a plan, and you begin to share with some of the Rangers are actually a little bit more inspired that, whilst not heroes, definitely something else. As you all find yourselves embroiled in what is a particular operation to stop these very mean occupiers.
well, if they're mean, we can be meaner.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we're going to go and take a quick 10-minute break as a lot of you prepare to assault the town of Humguay.
Time to cause chaos!
Time to fuck shit up.
Alright, well then, with that, we're gonna quickly take a break, and then we'll be right back. And with that, we'll see you all then. Yeah. we're back.
And you threw an and in there. We're still upset.
This.
Let him have his and.
No, I will not.
Let him have it.
I always
fold
say,
it.
and we're back.
Immediately.
Contract was broken.
The people over on Patreon of the $20 tier are going to be fucking laughing their asses off when they hear this. All right.
Hey, we're funny. We're funny people when the microphones are technically off. AKA, we're on break.
I mean, we're all funny people no matter what we do. All right. With that, we're gonna go ahead and jump back in to session. Oh boy! As all of you prepare, and as many ideas are being tossed around and about, Holly, in a moment you decide to break away from the party for just a bit, just to do a meditation.
Yes.
What would you like to say?
So she's going to sit off to the side where she can have her back to the wall part of the mountain so she can feel it on her.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to clasp onto her focus and call out to the Raven Queen quietly. Mother, I don't know if you're listening. There was talk earlier of a creature eons past, somewhere deep in this mountain. We're not sure if it's real or if it is still here among the living, or perhaps amongst your people in the dead. Do you have any guidance for me?
Make a religion check.
Sure thing. It's a 19.
As you close your eyes and you try and connect with your god, and it comes to your heart, a faint fluttering, as almost through a moment you're sitting in an empty cave, and you see two individuals talking. You see with what looks like to be this very tan-skinned individual with very light copper hair, and another who looks very young, thin, and you see as they have this conversation, this faint memory of the past. Sees one points out towards the top, explaining something with a reason, something that is going to make this island more than just his blessing. And then as he returns back to looking at this young individual, you see that there's a much shorter conversation before they both, almost as if looking at you, you can see a pair of these bold copper eyes. Or, yeah.
Bronze.
Or... they're like molten metal, if that makes sense.
There you go.
Molten metal. Sorry. And in the other, a pair of blue slitted eyes, like sapphires.
I see.
And then you hear the faint sentence, "One day it will walk the earth again." And then your memory snaps back. A piece of history has been revealed to you through your goddess.
Okay. Holly is going to get up and go to Wenrie very quietly. And motion for her to follow her away from the group. Because she doesn't like to have conversations in front of lots of people.
Yeah. Wenrie will nod, oblige, dismisses herself from her current conversation, and goes to follow Holly.
Wenrie, I took a moment to look inward, and I was given a vision. I believe it might have been of Humguay.
Wenrie will, she will stiffen up a little, but she will nod enthusiastically, just like, please, continue.
I think he was talking to our sapphire-eyed friend. I can't really tell. My head is still fuzzy, but when they were speaking to each other, he said, one day it will walk the earth again. I was asking her about the creature underneath the mountain. I believe it is alive still, if dormant.
Well, Wenrie will have very wide eyes, both of startled of, wow, this is really real, and wonderment of, this is perhaps an opportunity. Wenrie will gratefully just take Holly's hand and bow her head. Thank you. I appreciate you telling me that. That gives me an idea.
There's no need to thank me. I do this for you. As a gift.
Well, true. But you took it upon yourself to ask your goddess, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I just want for your people to be safe and for you to be happy, because I know how painful it can be to see this kind of loss.
Yeah, the idea is definitely frightening if it doesn't work, but this gives me an idea, a hope of something to keep us safer. So, again, thank you. I think it might be a good idea to let the others know.
I will leave that up to you. I don't want to entice the group away from the plan that we hold for tonight, but when the time is right, I do think we should investigate that lead.
I agree. So, yeah. I won't forget this.
She gives you a nod, turns around, and walks away without saying goodbye.
Classic Holly. Wenrie will shake her head with a little smile, and she'll have to start thinking on whatever she knows of the island and where she could possibly look.
Make a history check.
Oh boy. Let's hope this one rolls out well. Ooh, that's a 13.
In no matter what book you look through, no matter what memory that pops up, this is a creature that has been told as a tale and not as a historical real-life creature. But something tells you that Humguay had a plan that he had set in motion thousands of years ago. If by happenstance you figure out how to awaken the mountain, there might be a way to save your people yet, in the long term. But for now, there's nothing that can tell you how to get it to move.
But it is an avenue for the future, And thus, Wenrie will accept the possibility and move forward with the current plans.
Alright. Return back to the rest of the party.
Yep.
So, as this discussion of planning to rescue the rest of the halflings that are currently trapped inside the town, what else do you intend to do?
I think Cotton would just add the option of we should probably go and inform our red-haired friend, because he could absolutely help us with this part.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Does Wenrie tell the group about this, vision?
I don't believe she would say so just yet.
Okay.
But she has that information, and so does Holly.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
So we will talk to him, say that our plan is to rescue the remaining halflings, try to relocate or reconvene at another hiding spot, not directly going straight to the mountain. Once we know that the coast is clear enough, of course, us being this distraction, and the second group being the escorters, we just need to make sure that we know a signal or a way to communicate that the other party is either in danger or in safety.
I'm fairly sure none of us have sending.
I can cast a flaming spear up into the sky, but
But that would
that's a
also
more
alert our
visual
enemies.
thing. Right. So that won't work.
Reconvening at a specific time at a specific point.
I think that may work.
Which I would say would probably be where we're going to get the rest of your people to hide in the first place before we move them, hopefully, to rejoin the rest of your people.
Right.
Unless our ally might have a better idea.
Mm-hmm. We'll discuss it with him and all of our options.
Yep.
The last thing I want to discuss is who is in Party 1 and who is in Party 2.
I will be the one to guide everyone to the safe places. I know so many hiding spots on this island. There's no way the Wallenstein guards would know them.
Well, I can scare the life out of them for sure with some of my trickery, and I can either run very fast through the woods, or I can go underwater, and they can't.
That's also true.
I will stay with Wenrie in case her people need healing.
It's probably for the best.
Would you be able to stealthily move?
I can try.
I could get to the ship if that's the case, if my idea is to hit and run.
Okay. What about you, Roloi?
Probably do with having me on the ship. Maybe.
Be part of the distraction area?
Could also be someone who could absolutely help me get onto the ship, because I can get to the
I'm great
ship.
at distractions.
You are a very distracting character, yes.
Could Mobius also help with distractions?
Or
Of course.
perhaps Wenrie will probably thoughtfully just be like, perhaps you can summon a different kind of familiar here. The native flora and fauna are quite different from the usual.
Or we keep Mobius with you and your people and Holly to make sure you guys got out.
Oh. You know, that's not a bad idea. If I do have Mobius, then I believe, Rolla, you'd be able to just check in?
Sorry, I'm
It
not
is
trying to
true.
volunteer your familiar, Roloi, but I've seen what you've done with him so far.
Not being able to keep track of the other group would not necessarily be a bad idea.
And you all prepare for splitting the party for a temporary amount of time.
I would also suggest, Wenrie, you tell your people that are here in the cave, do not try to come out and help us. It's probably for the best. It just sticks to us.
Yep. I will go on and let them know.
As far as we want to help, and don't get us wrong, but for the most part, we'll just handle anybody that might be a straggler and bring them back here as safely as possible.
I would suggest just be prepared to accept new people who are probably going to need help.
Yeah. Watch
Exactly.
watch the entrances. Guide anybody who gets lost. Either
Anybody
if
taller
it's-
that doesn't look like us, you shoot.
Exactly. Anybody who's not us or the man in red, on site.
If it's those three, the two bigger guys in armor or that elf lady, don't engage, run.
Exactly.
Hopefully,
they're
the ship will
firmer
have their
than
attention.
Well, with how much chaos I know you guys can do.
All right, I think that's the plan.
Just
We
let
need
me
to get in
go.
contact with
Yeah,
the red
just
guy.
Just let me go tinker real quick, because it does take her a minute to do that, rules-wise. It doesn't
course.
say exactly how long, but, I would assume it takes, a few minutes for her to mess with a trinket to make the, basically, thaumaturgy in a bottle.
I think we've got a workspace over here that you could use.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, Wenrie, will you be able to guide me back to that area?
Of course.
As you go to reapproach a semi-L, you can see he's patiently kind of sitting on the cliffside, just keeping an eye on things, waiting for something to change or move. You see all the torchlights down in the town, and the way it feels, it just feels wrong, the way it looks.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh.
Well, come back with the plan, I'm assuming.
Well, yes. So, we plan to help extract the halflings before trying to attempt anything too extreme with this sleeping giant underneath the mountain. They have a few captives within the town, and so we plan to do a little half the party sneak and half the party distract situation.
As he gets up and kind of dusts off the coat and walks towards the two of you, and I will assist with the distraction.
I mean, if you're sure about that.
My combative abilities in dealing with people like these is well honed.
Okay.
Besides, more eyes on the distraction.
Exactly. Besides, if you're trying to get people to move in a very specific direction, you're going to need somebody who's quick enough to take down at least a few guards and clash with the Arc Knights.
It's also telling you that your wife is at least going to have someone with her.
Well, yes. We'll have a few people helping with the distraction. Myself and our wizard will be on the ship doing our own version of distractions, but being nearby enough to try and create support fire or whatever needs necessary. At least that's what me as Ray as the player is assuming.
So you, Holly, and Role are on the ship, preparing to...
Holly was going to go with Wenrie.
No, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically the idea was Mirad and Roloy are going to be on the ship, causing chaos, because we have to also gain some reputation as well, and cause chaos, so distract their ships as well in case they call in more.
Okay.
Cotton is creating the distraction that's basically a loud roar and being the what the fuck in the woods.
Okay.
So him going with Cotton
Okay.
is good. And then, of course, Wenrie and Holly are the ones that are going to do the escort mission.
Very well.
Darn it, I hate escort missions, but in this case, I guess it's vital.
And to my recommendation, try and take down as many as you can on the way out.
Will do.
Anyone that gets in your way doesn't get to tell the tale again.
Yes, indeed.
At your call, Captain.
All right. When are we starting?
You are able to start as soon as there is no light left in the south.
So I'm assuming we'd probably all reconvene within the caves and kind of move out from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Wenrie will also be more than happy to guide Murad and Roloi back towards the ship on the way to getting back to the village. So,
All right.
Murad will make sure that the preparations of the ship are in order. Not sure about being able to do, he's still not 100% sure about his capabilities with commanding the ship, only because, he's still getting used to the magical thing, but I imagine that I could at least fire once, if I need to fire with the cannons, before...
Well, the other idea was to take pot shots if you can, in a surprise round, so that their ships start to get damaged as well.
Yeah. How many ships are out there?
Quite a number. There's at least 3 to 4 ships kind of passing in a very particular way around the island. But by the time the night starts coming around, the winds have died down, and you have the speed advantage with your ship.
Okay.
aim for their rudders.
Cotton just has one stipulation for you. Be very careful, or angry wife.
Yeah. I'll be careful.
You better be. This is a nation with firepower.
No worries, no worries. I'm going to be there.
I'm sure
Fair
he'll
enough.
cover my back.
He has a more handle on magic than you do, so.
Yeah.
This is not how I die.
Both of you just be careful.
It's
okay?
not?
Okay, so that's the plan. Let's get to positions.
Alright, Sam, you're with me, I'm assuming.
I am.
Alright, just cover your ears when this goes off.
Cotton. A word.
Sure.
He'll, motion with his fingers to bring her closer.
Yeah, she has no problem approaching.
This man may be helping us, but do not get caught up in his affairs.
No,
We are
I'm not.
here for our own reasons.
I understand. I have a pretty decent grasp on the Thalia Cliffs and that Ishkari. We're
The
here
last
for...
thing we need is to get roped into something that's bigger.
We're pirates anyway, so we're neutral in this situation, but he's currently helping us, so at least that's good enough for now.
Just keep that in mind.
No worries.
Right,
Besides-
well,
And you know me, as soon as things get possibly too hairy, I can just jump in the water.
that is true.
What are you gonna do, by the way? I'm just curious.
He just grins.
Alright, just don't blow up the ship. Wenrie will be very angry with you.
To put it lightly.
Good luck out there. And hopefully I can get to you as quick as I can.
Alright. So, as Rolai and Murad take to the ship and begin the process of strategically making your advance, I need Holly, Cotton, and Wenrie to make me some stealth checks as you have to sneak your way into town.
Joy.
So
Alright,
Also-
Wenrie got an 18.
12.
One last little bit of preparation before we get
I get
on
a
with this
10.
plan.
It's better than an 8.
Alright. As Sam got a 19, so
I was like, fuck.
Uh-huh.
even in all that blazing bold and red, he's still
Somehow
pretty
just-
sneaky.
You're
Well,
telling me that Samael Ishgari rolled really well?
Yes!
Whoa!
Well, listen, at night, red looks pretty much black.
As the four of you slowly make your way into the town of Humguay. As you enter in and slowly try and make your way in, and under the cover of night, you see the small torches and lanterns that make up some of the lighting within this dark town. As you make your way around, managing to pass by some guards with little to no effort. There is this feeling that it gets harder as you go into town. As you reach about the center of the town, where it's generally quiet here, you can still look inside of that library. Lights on, several guards kind of just hanging around that light, kind of this light arrangement of floral activity, and then that large chapel next to it. That center statue that once stood in this town has now been torn down. So you know, Wenrie.
Dang it.
They're all assholes.
She's gonna get a new one put up, but not right yet. She's gonna figure.
As make your way around. Damn. Alright. You notice that there are two guards standing in front of the chapel. Kind of to stay watch to make sure that the halflings stay behaved. As a couple of guards pass by the lot of you, hugging the wall, they simply don't notice as they're currently having a conversation among themselves. As you guys do take to notice that those guards are not moving from the chapel.
What do we do here? How do we get them to leave?
Well, that was going to be on Cotton to do.
Well, make your move, Cotton.
Well, cover your ears. They're going to be coming this way anyway. And she just kind of like puts her ears down, and then as soon as she pops the lid on this thing, no one knows where she got this sound, but it absolutely sounds like a dragon. Very angry one.
As you create this apparatus that creates a large roaring sound in a general direction, a couple of guards take notice almost immediately and begin to make their way towards your location. Do you move?
Well, We're not trying to be seen, but absolutely if they get close enough, she will strike at them or at least try to yank them into the woods. The whole idea is distraction and fear.
Wenrie would
All right,
prefer to try to. Wenrie would prefer to try to sneak into the doors while they're
Yeah.
fondling the noise. So
You're more of the sneaky.
Yeah.
We're more of the sneaky, oh god, what the fuck is that?
yeah,
Alright, so who's making their way towards the chapel? While the others stay behind to be a physical distraction.
that will be definitely Wenrie.
Yep, and Holly will follow after her.
Alright. And I'm gonna grab you and you.
I would say, like, the added bonus is that she'd probably let Sam wait to jump, but, like, she's gonna be moving a lot in the woods to lure them in. Because I have Longstrider on.
So being sneaky without being sneaky.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Alright, what are we looking at?
Alright, so off to this side over here is Wenrie and Holly making their way into the chapel. Cotton and Sam are back over here. As these guards have been led out, you notice one of those guards is much bigger and much darker.
Probably an Arc Knight. I'm assuming.
Yep.
That's fine.
Alright, and with that... So I have to... There is... Lord have mercy, I forget my marker if it wasn't attached to my ass.
Stop throwing your marker.
Keep that thing on a leash.
Alright. I'm gonna count these as guards. One.
I would like to say that besides Longstrider, she would also probably be using the Beast Trigger to help her out through this shit. Not raging, but Beast Triggered at least.
Alright.
Just remember that you don't have a healer at the moment.
I know.
So, taking reduce...
She's not going to try to engage too much. She needs to lure them to them. If she has to engage and has no choice, she would, but, like, this is the whole getting them away from the chapel. And by using the roar and being some weird-ass shit creature that looks pissed off, they're not going to assume that it's, like, they're people trying to pull some stunt, you know?
Yeah.
Make it as weird and confusing as possible.
Yeah.
You would have probably heard it echo at least a little bit, because that roar's pretty loud.
Alrighty. And with that, got that accounted for. I need Cotton, Wenrie, and Holly to all make me initiative.
Oh boy.
You got it.
Oh my god, Sam. Fucking Sam.
Oh my god! Rolled a 4.
Wenrie got a 13.
I got 6.
It's better than a 4!
To be fair, you are the tank.
It'd be nice if I rolled higher. It's fine. I need them to come to me anyway.
E.
Okay.
She's gonna try to look as frenzied and weird as shit as possible, not, I'm a person of society.
In the effort to sneak in the night.
Like, which one's the chapel, by the way?
That one.
That one.
Yeah.
And
the
where
one-
am I?
You're here.
Okay, thank you. Where's Sam?
I believe he's
right
under the tree. Yep.
Oh, okay. Damn trees.
Sneaky trees, hiding people.
Alrighty, and with that, what was it? Okay, Wenrie,
Yep.
you have the first move.
Really?
Yeah, as
All right.
you are over here next to the corner of this chapel.
All right.
Actually.
So the guards that were guarding it have moved?
Yes.
All right. Well, Wenrie will. First thing she will do is she will approach the door and she will very gently try to open it without making too much noise.
Okay. As you get up to the door, you notice there is a giant padlock on it.
Shoot. Do I have anything that might be able to get rid of that thing?
I mean,
She doesn't have heat metal.
I know.
I wish she did. She... I wonder, would having Mage Hand help at all? I mean, I know it's not terribly strong, but maybe it'd be able to help in trying to yank this thing off.
Mage Hand can lift something that is 5 pounds.
Well, it can pick up the padlock, but it can't do much else. Okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't have any thieves' tools.
the
I wish I
The
did.
rogue is on the ship.
rogue is on the
I
ship.
know. I know that moment where you're all like, "Man, I really value the rogue right now."
No one thinks about the rogue till they need him.
Is Holly with Wenrie? Because
Yes.
weapon
Yeah.
that could bash the shit out of it while the roar went off?
I could do that, yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Fine.
just trying to throw help so it doesn't take too long.
All right.
No, you're good. I just wasn't sure if we were in initiative order, if I...
You are in initiative order. It's just that we're going through each turn.
All right.
Okay.
So that loud noise, did it only draw these 3 guards, or did everybody turn to go take a look at this thing?
As far as everybody have moved for their movement to get towards that noise has already done so. You'll be finding out what happens after your turn.
All right. Well, Wenrie will try to keep hidden as much as possible. She's found out that the door is locked. She's probably going to try to duck back towards Holly and tell her.
You used your movement to get there.
I used everything? Okay. Well,
Yeah. So you could still make the hide action. Hopefully it might work.
all right. Wenrie's more than happy to use her small size and hide.
All right. See, I guess stealth check?
Alrighty. Let's see what happens. That could have been a 19. It landed on a 4. Alright, so it's a 5 total.
All right,
Alright,
I'll
she's
keep that in
not
mind.
very sneaky.
Okay. It's fine.
But she didn't do anything else to draw anyone's attention, so.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see, it is now.
I'm assuming Sam's ready to go, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
As rounding the corner is this massive Arc Knight as he takes a look and he sees what is this tall,
Crazed creature.
crazed feral creature with this making this loud sound And
I would say just for the flare, she's just like scratched at the wall, like putting dents in it and shit, just like trying to give up that crazed look, you know?
Yeah, as he goes and grabs the massive greatsword in his back. However, he had the dash to get here, so his turn will come around later.
Whew.
Yeah, you're okay.
But at least I have the Arc Knight, Wenrie.
You have the Arc Knight, and on top
All
of that,
right, it is now.
You have the Arc Knight, and on top of that, his back is turned to a certain someone.
Yep.
He had to follow the sound. He wasn't looking. All right, Holly, you're up.
Holly said BRB, sorry.
Pause.
How far away are we? Me and Roy.
You're on the ship.
So if I was to put it this way, if you hit the beach in one action, it would take you as Mirod double dash to get to this side of the map over here.
I mean,
start
like,
firing?
what about us on the ship?
Oh, to
Like-
start firing? As soon as the town is in view, you could definitely start firing the cannons.
Okay. And
You just know not to aim at the chapel, which Wenrie would have told you what that one was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ship is on this side.
It's
So-
coming that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's coming from that way, gotcha.
Yeah, so you have an amphitheater, a library, and then a chapel. Hopefully that gives you a better idea of the way this town was kind of made in its associate.
Yeah.
Do we have Holly back yet? Taking that as a no.
Nope.
You know what I'm gonna do? Just for the edit.
Yeah, no worries.
You think she's out there making toast?
I really hope not.
That's
Really sorry, guys. I'm back. I had a dog emergency.
Oh
It's
no,
all
you're
good.
fine. You're fine.
Oh, no, you're fine, you're fine.
He-
Okay.
He did a clap count. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We're good. Alright, what are you doing? Holly.
So Holly's also going to try and sneak up to the door and see if she can bash it with the back end of her battle axe. Her hand axe.
Okay.
Or leverage it to snap.
Alright, make me an attack roll.
Okay. It's a 10.
The 10? Alright, as you go over with the hand, as you try and hit the side of the lock, go ahead and roll me some damage.
Oh, okay. A 1.
oh no.
As you... It releases this large sound, and you hear some voices behind the door beginning to ring. You also hear another sound coming out from behind you,
Uh-oh.
and you notice that there is a large dent, and the entirety of the lock is now beginning to wiggle free, but it's not broken yet.
Shit.
Okay.
Can we grab the
you
lock and just wiggle it?
You still have your second bonus action attack, yeah?
Yeah, I'll hit it again with the other hand axe.
Alright, go ahead. Give me an attack roll. I just need to know if it's a natural one. That's the only thing.
No, it's a 12.
Alright, give me some damage.
6.
Alright. And so with this, you kind of just pull it as taut as possible, see where all the leverage is, and then and it literally just breaks off, and you pull the head of the lock off, and then as you open the doors as quickly as possible, you just see hundreds of terrified halfling faces inside.
I'm gonna put my hands out and go, "Hi, I'm a friend.
Time
I'm
to
here
run.
with Wenrie." And
It's
I like
okay,
move
everyone.
off to the side and motion for Wenrie to come over.
It's okay, everyone. We're gonna get you out, but we're gonna need you all to stay as quiet as you can, okay?
And as you do, like, a lot of them kind of just poke up with at least the littlest bit of hope, and you also notice as your mother and father pop up, Wenrie,
Oh dear.
you're alive and well.
Yes. Yes, I am, Papa. We'll catch up later.
Shh.
As and with that will be the end of Holly's turn.
Yes.
All right. Wait, now I gotta bring this one in. All right. As this other big one does take note, having two large sounds as he goes and turns, and he notices these two individuals have opened the doors to the chapel, and he acknowledges his movement will be heading towards you two.
Ah, shit.
All right. And with that, it is now the guard's turn. Alright. And that will be end of their turn. Cotton, it is now your turn as you face down the large figure of an Arcanite in front of you.
Gotcha. Knowing I don't have a cleric with me this time around, she's going to rage, and the option she is using in this case, just so for you to note, is the bestial tail. Reason being is that with the bonus of the tail, if a creature you can see within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to swipe your tail, roll a d8, and applying that bonus to your AC, hopefully can cause the attack to miss you. Okay?
Okay.
So just to keep that in mind, so if that's the case, she wants to keep Sam hidden until the right moment, but she will deal with the big guy and come running at him. She needs to be chaos. So she will identify as a problem and lash out at him with her claws, but also adding the shocking grasp to her hand because he's wearing armor.
Okay.
Hooray!
Alrighty, let's see that roll.
Yeah, that's shocking grasp, sorry. So it's a +3. Please hit. 19.
That will actually hit.
All right.
Actually hits.
So she looks at this guy, looks crazed in the eye, roars at him as best she can, and just runs right at him and just swipes him across the chest. So lightning does spring from my hand, so her claws are electrified when she does this. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 lightning damage, and it can't take reactions till the start of its next turn. Oh, I had advantage on the attack roll if they were wearing armor, so should I roll just in case it crits?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Damn, it almost did land on the 20! Alright. Damn, alright, so he is taking 1d8, and wabang. So that's 8 total damage, and she's gonna jump backwards since he can't take the reaction to hit her from it. But at least she's also getting the, I'm assuming the other two behind him to look at her. Right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. 1, 2, 1.
So she swipes and jumps back, yep. She's like, come with me, bastards, let's go.
Alright. And that will be the end of Cotton's turn. It is now Samael's turn, who rolled a natural 1.
He rolls a 1! Now he rolls a 1!
Oh my goodness.
Keep in mind, this is a younger, slightly lower leveled version
I don't
of
care,
him.
I'm filing a complaint.
Yeah. This is the one that you guys faced off in episode 8.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
He's still hurt, okay?
Oh, yeah. And with that, you can see in his approach of dealing with the problem.
She's not going to be shocked by what this guy does, I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
Knowing who her dad is, she's probably seen some shit.
From a natural 1 to a natural 20.
Yay! I will not complain about this, I will rescind my complaint.
For now.
So,
For now.
let's see. This is going to be with the Arcan Blade. So that's 12 plus. It's going to be 24 points of slashing damage.
Whew, whew.
And then also 6 points of force damage. So 30 points in total, as his first attack is literally just swipe with the blade, returns back to the sheath, and you notice, Cotton, as like the head just rolls off the body as it goes slump.
I mean, she took the head of a Sahuagin in the first episode. But that, she doesn't acknowledge it because she has to remain in this, like, chaotic creature character. But she'll note it later.
Yeah. And then to deal with this guard, then make his second attack. Be 16 to hit. Let's see. Yeah. So 11 plus 10 force damage. Jesus Christ. So yeah.
Those poor little guards. But no, they're here occupying. They're being assholes. Fuck them.
As he swipes with one, and you see as a head falls off, and then he just steps and then grabs the shoulder of the other and then stabs him before the blade returns back to the sheath as quickly as it came out. And then his eyes train back to the Arknight.
I'm going to say this right now. If I have to do my intelligence check around this guy and roll a 1, I'm going to be very angry.
Right. And that's as far as the Arknight go, or as Samael goes. It is now top of the round. The ship is now in view.
Okay.
As much as it can be in the dead of night.
It's a Night Fury!
Night Fury. Alright. What cannons do we have on the side?
We got quite a few.
I know we have quite a few, but I'm wondering if we have our little
We have
triple shot and what a cannonball does to people.
obliterates them.
Here's what I will
Takes
do.
off whole limbs or puts holes through
Hold on.
chests.
Hey, actually, hold on. I should have this saved. Give me a second. Did I not save it to the right folder? There it is.
Sure how well I can settle this, but
Okay, there we go. So 120 foot range. Let's see. We have the ballista, the cannon, and the triple shot.
And suddenly the ship is on land.
just so
Alrighty.
that way you guys can feel like you're a part of something.
I will say
As-
this, as a debate, can you make a ship fly?
I'm sure that's
One
later
day.
on in the we can figure
One
out
day.
and talk to Azure about it.
As you roll, I notice a slight increase of guards now becoming aware of something. You hear the faint echoes of a roaring off into the side of the town, and you, Murad, as you're kind of just holding the blade, and you can feel as the cannons all push up against where they need to be, and you see as the sails turn and prepare for what could be a volley attack. Now, you get 3 actions for your ship
Okay.
that you get to make because you are the captain of, or you're attuned to the blade itself.
Gotcha.
Basically, you have the force of a full crew for this ship just with the blade, and with the extra hands of your party, you can make more actions. That's what made this ship dangerous in its day.
Hell yeah.
And it's dangerous today, too.
Alright. So I'm gonna have the main cannon trained on that bigger guy.
You're just gonna take a whole cannon to one guy?
Firing
just
main
one whole
cannon.
cannon. I don't know if I can train it on other people, like do different volleys on other people as I pass her by, but
Gotcha.
I want to make sure that the guys that are closest to the chapel, which is who we're trying to make sure that gets out,
All right.
they need to be not disturbed.
So
basically
I will
my idea.
consider your 3 cannon shots are going to be volley shots because they are outside the range, so they'll be at disadvantage, but they'll still be fired in that general direction.
Yeah. Think of it as a shotgun at long range.
Okay.
Yeah. So so you have 2 cannons and your triple shot downstairs.
Okay. I think I will do the. I'll do the. Can I do the ballista, or is that? Nope, that's not far enough. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
The ballista is only 120 feet to 480 feet. I don't think we're close
Actually,
enough.
no, that's within range.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because the cannons and the triple shot are 600 feet.
Those are more than within range.
Yeah. So.
You've got this.
All right. So
Make us proud.
3 attacks. I'm gonna choose the triple shot against that dude.
All right.
So that's a plus
Or at
4
least
to
in that
hit.
general direction.
At least in general direction. So
If
do
it
I roll
happens to
3
take a
times?
person out, then we will celebrate.
So you roll an attack for each cannon,
Okay.
or for each weapon that you're using on the ship.
Okay.
We got plenty, so keep that in mind.
All right, rolling for the triple shot. That is a natural 1. What the fuck?
Oh no!
How about you
you're
go
just
ahead and try
firing.
that?
Yeah.
This
it's vol-
is
How about you go ahead and try that one again, Captain?
Okay.
There you
thank
go.
I'm going to use my second use of Chronal Shift to give you a reroll.
All right.
Roloy is best boy.
So that's a 13 on the die, but plus 4 is a 17.
17. It doesn't hit that guy.
Okay.
As you try and you're trying to eyeball how a cannon from lower than you to him is a little bit of a difficult task. So as you swing the sword to fire, it releases its first triple volley as it spreads out and then just manages to kind of run through some of the trees and even pierce some of the bushes before it kind of just whizzes past him, and then it just...
But you got their attention.
Hopefully
Yep.
I got his attention, yes.
Yeah, you definitely got aggro.
And then gonna do the ballista. That is a 9 plus 6, so that is a 15.
15 on anybody else, or...
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some of these guys on the who are still out in the open. Yeah.
Okay. One near the amphitheater, those trees.
Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Go ahead and roll me the damage for the ballista for...
You got it. Let me see. That is 3d10 piercing damage.
Woof. That has the potential to be very devastating.
14.
14 points of damage. All right. As you see, as that massive ballista gets fired off into the distance, as it comes down, it heavily hurts the guard near the amphitheater here as it scrapes a big chunk of his shoulder as it hits the side of the wall of the library. And you can see as he's just like tumbling, is like, what the fuck?
And then I'm gonna try the cannon one more time on that big guy. Not the triple shot, but the main cannon.
All right.
Oh, the big boy.
Because I don't want him. I want him to pay attention to us, not to what's going on over there.
Well, you're definitely going to get the attention of the ships at some point.
Yeah. What the frick? I rolled a 2.
All
Oh,
right.
well.
Not much I can
All
do
right,
about
Ray,
that one,
Ray,
Captain.
I think it's time to shake out all these dice. Shake out all the bad rolls.
Okay, I think D&D Beyond just isn't something that can shake out. It just doesn't like people.
It doesn't. It doesn't feel. It just hates.
It just hates.
It has comedic timing. It has comedic
Well-
timing.
Alrighty. Roloy, as your captain has fired off all the actions for the ship, is there anything you would like to do?
Okay. Right.
Because I'm considering these as 2 separate events, and like these guys are at the top of their rounds anyways.
You know what? Just because I think the recent stint of rolls. Vocabulary, don't fail me now. Just because of the recent set of rolls, I think this is something I should bring forth. I will take the Shard of Dunamancy. What's the range on this, actually? Probably don't need to run up to you. I don't think, anyway. It's 60 feet. Okay, for some reason I thought it was touch.
Alright.
Alright, Captain. Let's try that again, but this time better. And I'm going to raise aloft the Shard of Dunamancy, and I'm going to use its ability to cast Fortune's Favor.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, what does this do?
So, you impart luck to yourself or one willing creature you can see within range. When the chosen creature makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw before the spell ends, it can dismiss this spell on itself to roll an additional d20 and choose which of the d20s to use. So it's super advantage, basically.
Nice.
Nice.
Alright. And casting a spell through the shard is still casting a spell. I need you to roll me 2 d20s.
Here I go.
Alright, what's the first one?
First one's a 3.
Alright.
Second one's a 19.
Okay. At least they weren't like both like a 5 and a 4 or something.
Alright.
Man, I can't wait until he rolls 2 20s on that thing.
So when you go and make your next 2 rolls, it will be a 3 and a 19. In that order. Alrighty.
Yep.
And with that, I take away the Night Wish. For now.
Bye, Nightwish.
Bye-bye,
See you
fellas.
soon.
Don't die.
Yippee.
Or do. I'm not your mom.
You're not my dad.
No, my mom's in there.
You're not my dad! Alrighty. So, it is now top of the round, as plenty of people are now distracted.
Now you've got a ship firing from another direction. I'm assuming you're flying the Jolly Roger if they can see. Ray?
Yeah.
You have the Jolly Roger. Okay, I was gonna say, like, we still have to make a
Oh yeah,
statement.
absolutely. Like, the
Chaos.
prestidigitation has worn off a while ago.
Oh, yeah. But we also have to understand, I guess, right, that it's nighttime, so the ship blends in.
Yeah, the ship blends in.
It's like looking at the night sky at the night sky.
Yup.
Alright. You know what? I'm gonna double check.
A lot of people running out. What the hell is going on here?
First a dragon's roar, now a ship. But you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's hard, very hard to see.
This one's gonna be preoccupied with that one. Okay. And with that, now top of the round, there's a lot of people that are like, what the fuck? And then this Arknight.
Which one? The one that we're dealing with?
Nope.
Second one. Got it.
Alrighty.
Shit.
Holly, you have a problem coming in your general direction in the sound of a train.
Okay.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
As-
clunk,
Summoned
clunk,
Thomas
clunk.
the Tank Engine.
Yeah. Let's see, actually. No, he can only reach Holly, so. He is going to. He's going to make an attack onto you using a great sword. And he's got 2 attacks. So the first one is going to be a 12 on Holly.
Yep, that hits.
That hits.
What?
A 12?
Yep. My
What
armor
is your-
class is 12.
Oh, what?
How?
Why is your armor class 12?
Your armor class says 14. Last
It
I
says
checked.
12 on my thing.
Did you turn something off by accident?
Maybe?
your armor.
I don't know.
Check your armor.
My
inventory
armor is
real quick.
equipped. My armor is equipped.
Something happened.
Cause yeah, Aaron prints off all of his stuff before
like
session.
I print off and make sure to double check all this stuff all the time.
So do you
My
want to?
armor.
Do you
My
want to
armor
honor?
is equipped.
I'm
you
going
wanna
to
honor the
honor the
14?
14. I'm going to honor the 14 because that's what I saw when I saw your character sheet last.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll figure out what happened there, but yeah, that's just weird. However, an unnatural 20 will hit.
Ah,
There it is.
don't worry. If we manage to get through the other Arknight quick enough, she's going to be around in the corner like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, and you're going to be taking 10 points of slashing damage as this massive greatsword comes up and over as it slashes down the side of your back.
Okay.
And all right. And that is going to be the end of his turn. Wenrie, you are up.
Alright, well, I think the first thing Wenrie is going to do is probably beckon everybody just to... Okay,
Run
come on.
in that direction.
Come on, guys, everybody, get out and get to a safe place.
All right.
Yeah, because the whole point isn't to win this; it's just to get them out.
Okay, I'm going
Wenrie
to
will
say...
try to evacuate them, yes.
All right, where are you running? This way? That way?
Away from them. So we're going to be going back around. Wenrie, at the very least, will probably
Stay behind.
first direct everybody out. And then I believe she is probably going to try to help out Holly.
Okay. As you see, doing double dash and trying to kind of flow on their way out. I don't have enough miniatures that were halflings. I just assume that at that point, enough of them are kind of flowing out. You still have about half the chapel left that are still like kind of at the doors, all kind of flowing out. But Holly, you are holding the line.
You don't want to do anything flashy to draw the others' attention, too, though.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use just like D6s. Just all kinds of D6s. Wait, you don't have a giant collection of D6s?
I do.
But, like, that would be like 100 of D6s in that one room.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, about half of them got out, so only about 50.
You can use two, like, one half and one half, so, like, one's out and one's in there, right?
Yeah. So, actually, here.
Alright, well, I think then...
Use these as halfling markers.
There we go. I think then
That's
what
who's all
Wenrie's
left.
going to do is, as a bunch of folks are just running out and she's just like waving them to go by, she's probably going to turn to this guy just on top of Holly, and she is going to use Shocking Grasp.
Which you get advantage on. He's wearing armor, so roll twice.
Yay.
As you go and reach out with Shocking Grasp, you see as the sparks reach out from the Cling Hex as you go and grab. So go ahead, give me that.
That
One
first
more.
one was a 10, the second one was an 18.
All right, that just hits.
So
Thank
that means
goodness.
you can also move away because he cannot make a reaction till the start of his next turn.
Which she will have to do, because she's still squishy.
But it also means Holly can get out of the way too.
Yep.
Alright.
So, he will have 7 lightning damage.
All right.
And with that, Wenrie will step
Get out of
away,
his reach.
probably back to the doors. Just like, come on, everybody get out! We gotta go!
All right. Kind of like as you're just leading a whole bunch of people out. All right. It is now this Arknight's turn.
Oh, with us? On the other end?
Yep. Knowing that. Him and Sam are gonna get into it. That hits. That also hits.
God damn it, Sam. Don't make me worry about you. I know who you are.
As you see, the large blade comes up and over and slams into him a couple of times. It almost feels like with that amount of force, he should have cleaved Sam in half. But you could see the blade kind of just stops at where the skin is before it like pulls back. It's like, what the fuck are you?
A problem.
All right. And that is the end of the Arctis turn. Holly, you're up.
Okay.
So you can get out of the way without getting hit right now.
Yes. I'm gonna back up. Are there still people coming out the door, or are they all out already?
There are still people coming out the door.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm not gonna back up too much. I want to stay within touch range.
So that's right on.
I'm gonna use my class feature. I'm gonna path to the grave him. So next time I or an ally hits him, he's cursed, he has vulnerability to the attack damage, and then the curse ends. And then I'm gonna hit him with a 2nd level inflict wounds.
Oh, that is nasty.
I'm trying to keep him off of these people, and I'm going to double that damage with the path to the grave. So let's see if this works.
That's mean. That is
not
I don't know if that
it's
hits.
clever.
13 nasty.
No.
A 13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Damn it!
But it was a damn good fucking plan, and I appreciate the effort.
But
I'm
does that
gonna
mean
try it again.
He hasn't been
He
hit
stays
yet.
cursed until he gets hit. Yeah.
All right. Well then.
So, so if he happens to, I don't know, get hit by a stray cannonball.
I'm fucking coming for your left shoes.
Coming for your left shoes. I love that. Alrighty. That being said, that will be the end of Holly's turn. It is the guard's turn. As
they're getting shot at by cannons and like, where the fuck is this coming from?
I'm surprised that the cannons don't have a splash.
They do. But like, again, it's nighttime and you are the night sky, really.
No. I mean like a splash damage.
Oh, splash damage. Oh, right. That is true.
But it might just
the splash
be...
damage was the trees, the bushes, the side of the buildings.
Yeah, that just might be the type of cannonballs we have. So.
as you see, as all the guards and all of them begin to kind of acknowledge that something's firing in that general direction, you see as one of these individuals is like, man the ships and figure out whatever the hell is firing at us. She looks back at the chapel.
Shit.
She notices Holly, that Arknight, and Wenrie, and also the small line of halflings all escaping outside of the chapel. Oh, no. As she draws blades.
Oh boy.
And that is going to be the end of her turn. Or that she's now in the turn order. Cotton, you are up.
Yeah, she's gonna go right back at him and flank with Sam. And she's gonna strike at him again. I'm assuming because she's flanking, that's another +2, so to hit with the shotgun grasp is now a +5, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go again. Let's go! Damn it! 14.
14? Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no.
Well, she's gonna stay there this time to help out Sam. Not that she really thinks he needs her right now, but sure. Because also, if he hits her, she does still have a little extra oomph behind her hits now.
Alright.
But she still keeps her rage because she did attack, so.
Alright, and he gets a +2 to his attacks, so that's gonna help him. Alright. Actually, let's see. Alright. He's gonna use one of the Arcane Blade's abilities. See. Yeah. He is going to... Da-da. As you see, as he merely cuts away something in the air, as you see as the body suddenly starts floating in midair, and then almost as if a portal through the veil shuts.
Okay, this time he does get a reaction out of her face, just the, what the hell?
Yep. Should be falling to his death by now. Alright. And he...
And she'll just kind of, like, nod and then point in the direction of Wenrie and Holly, like,
Yep.
now.
Yeah, I can only do that twice.
Understood. And we're like, I think she just kind of nods. I don't think she could really talk normal when she's raging. Can she? Because, like, if we're
you
going
can.
with Grog...
No,
Okay.
you can.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that just kind of, like, takes your away or your ability to kind of talk things through, so...
It just means you're not using all your neurons to talk.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And to the veil that one goes. It is now top of the round. This Arcanite. Oh, Holly. Holly,
what about the
Holly.
ship?
Oh, yes. It is now ship turn. Sorry about that.
I'm not gonna let you forget about us.
Yeah,
let's
do
not
not
forget the
let me
ship.
forget about it.
We're here!
He was like so excited to kill me.
Will we exist
like-
again, Captain?
Oh, Holly.
What a strange plane of existence we were currently in.
Out in the open waters. Alrighty.
Alright.
Captain Mirad, it is your command.
Alrighty, so those two figures right there, they're not any, neither of those are Holly, right? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that is Holly with the knight.
Damn.
One is Holly, but one is bigger than Holly, obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But there's also people coming out of that chapel.
Yeah, there's also people coming out of that chapel.
But there's also the lady.
Yeah. I think I want to pay attention to this mob of people and the lady that's out in front of the library.
Okay. Make your 3 shots.
Okay.
Alright, with the advantage thing, right?
One of them has super advantage.
Okay.
Okay. So D6 or D20. So that is a +6. That's 22 to hit.
All right. That will definitely get a guard.
It won't get her.
Oh, were you aiming for her first?
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
using the cannon. Sorry.
Yeah, that will hit her.
Okay. And so that is 8 D10.
Mm-hmm.
8 D10s?
Yes.
Yep. 8d10s.
Right, it's a cannon.
50 points of damage.
That's pretty nice.
All right.
No!
She just evaporates immediately.
As she gets, as there's this triple shot or this one big
Main
bombardment, as it hits in front of her, she is thrown back into the rest of the bushes, as she's still breathing and alive, but she needs to get her senses back together.
Ping!
Ah,
Anyone
yes. Excellent.
Anyone else hear the Taco Bell sound go off?
Ballista
Not
on
doing any copyright. Yes.
one of the guards that's closest to the party chapel, that's near that bush.
Okay.
Okay, that is a +4. So, D6, 20. I'm gonna use that advantage on that one. I rolled a 5.
So, yeah.
So now that is a 19 to hit with the ballista.
Hey,
That will hit.
And the spell ends.
Okay, and then the spell ends. That is 3d10. That is 14 points of ballista damage. And then the
Big
last
owie.
thing is the triple shot. Let's see, that is a +4. Oh wait, the ballista was +6. Okay, so that's fine. I needed to re-roll that anyway. So the triple shot is +4. That one's just a 10.
Okay.
Still gets their attention. It may not land, but man, it'll get their attention.
It is causing
as-
chaos, and nothing can be calm and orderly.
As some guards kind of just slightly like lower their heads as huge cannonballs are just whizzing by their heads and just like
Just
the fucking war zone out here, baby. Alrighty, and that's your ship actions. Roloy, anything you're gonna do?
So, are there any enemy ships in the area that we are visible?
Make a perception check, which is a 3.
Yep. Damn it.
As you go and like turn around and try and stare out into the night, like nothing.
like just like a piece of like something just flies into your eye. You're like, fuck!
Some seawater gets in. Shit!
Oh, it stings! It's so far!
You okay, Roloy?
Well, now with my one big King K. Rool bloodshot eye, what can I do?
Hopefully we won't need an eye patch for you.
Do you have a spell that reaches?
I think I'd look cool. Is there anything within 120 feet that I can see? Oh, boy.
Unfortunately, no. The cannons can reach, but magic, unfortunately, do not.
Damn.
You can assist by making another ballista attack if you want to.
Sure!
Alright.
I'll make a ballista attack.
So the ballista is a +6 to hit. Wait, hold on.
Okay,
The ballista
that's-
is at 120 feet.
Is that the
It's-
maximum range or
Oh
its
no,
minimum?
its maximum range is 480.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
So the viable range is 120 to 480.
Yeah. So, due to the Shard of Dunamancy, that's a 25.
Oh my god!
Thanks for the
hitting?
perception check.
I would probably advise, taking down their leader and keeping her down.
She's in a bush for now.
Then assault
I'll
the
just-
bush that she's sitting in.
That might give us
Let's go.
disadvantage.
Possibly get that Arc Knight.
But yeah,
Yeah.
get that Arc Knight.
Hell yeah.
And he's
25 to
vulnerable.
hit.
Knight.
Yeah, I was worried
25
about
to
hitting
hit,
somebody,
and
so
on
you
top
could
of
do
that-
that.
On top of that, he also takes added damage because of Holly's thing.
Yeah, he's
That's
vulnerable.
right!
He's taking double damage.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
Fuck that Arc Knight.
you roll 3d10.
You guys are a fucking
Ooh.
menace, and I love it.
I'm so happy Cotton
So-
went, hey, we're pirates, let's fuck it up.
So I'm rolling 3d10, and then the result is doubled due to Path of the Grave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doubly fucked.
Okay. Fucking Merkin. Oh, that's 50 damage. Maybe I should have shot her. She just takes 100 points of damage in one turn.
Teaches her to go all high and mighty.
Oh my god.
That is close to max damage.
Oh.
All right.
You just gave the wizard the ultimate fuck you button.
As all the timelines align for you. You think of every possibility you see as like the split of time in front of you where that ballista shot could have gone, and then you find the right one, and as you just boom, as this large ballista shot comes flowing over, and it just clips the side of the Arcanite as it just takes off a big chunk of his armor, and he just like rolls around and then catches himself on the back foot as you notice like he is bleeding massively down that large arm. And you also notice, Holly and Wenrie, the massive flesh that makes up an Arcanite, you see these deep, thick green veins that then reach back into the armor.
Ew. That's disgusting.
They're all Bane.
Yep.
Nasty.
This is the first time you guys actually ever seen an Arcanite without their armor. It's disgusting. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna have
I
nightmares
really
of that.
shot the hell out of that guy.
Wenrie will give Roloi one hell of a pat on the back when they get back.
Alrighty, and with that, off to the Netherlands you go.
Wait, no, I don't want to go. Ah!
Alrighty. And with that, it is now top of the round. And it is this Arcanite's turn, who is now fucking bleeding from his arm. And let's see. Doesn't have much else option but to be a nuisance to Holly.
Alright, come on.
Come on. You just got fucked up, son.
The friggin'
Alrighty.
spear is sticking into the wall of the chapel with a mass of flesh just stuck on it.
Alright, and now he has to swing with one hand, unfortunately, so he doesn't get his versatile.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, baby.
From a D10 to a D8. Alright, so that's going to be 13 to hit, which I know it doesn't. And another 13. I rolled 2 6s.
Hooray!
Do not mercy.
With one arm trying to swing the sword, almost still as accurately as possible. It's still controlled, but the pain is just too much as it's just going over your head and to the side. Alright. And that will be the end of the Arcanite's turn. This lady is...
It's fucked up.
Gotta get up from prone.
Yeah. She gets up from prone and she's gonna hit herself with her full lay on hands. Because, no, that hurt.
If she looks over here, Raj just like waves like this fire genasi just like does this little like royalty like wave.
Wait, no, if your hand glows from the fire option that you have, it's just a glowing middle finger in the night.
Hey.
It's just a little candlelight out in the distance, but...
And she is going to use her bonus action. Sorry, I'm going to borrow these two real quick.
Uh-oh.
No, you're fine. You're fine. At this point, I believe more halflings have filed out.
More halflings, yes.
Oh, shit. Cotton's about to bolt to you guys.
Alright. As she is going to use her bonus action to Misty Step and get up to you, Holly.
Let's see. Does lay on hands take an action?
It does. So that's why bonus action there.
Yee.
And that will be the end of her turn. Let's see.
I'm gonna
Wenrie.
double dash to you as best I can, Holly.
We'll get to you guys in a
That's
moment.
alright. I got something for you when you get here.
Oh, and at this point, having it been the top of the round, as the rest of your people are funneled out, and you begin to kind of direct them in the proper direction, the rest of the halflings have escaped the chapel. You just need to hold the round, and you will have a full-on ability to escape with everyone safe.
Alright, let's see here.
Gotta get through this one round.
Gotta get through this one round, huh? Alright. Well,
one more round.
Wenrie doesn't like the fact that this Arc Knight is still standing, and she wants to give Holly a little bit better of a chance. So, how about we hit him with a Witch Bolt?
Alright, roll me a spell attack.
That, good sir, is a nat 20.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
And I cast it.
Jesus.
This Arc Knight is just fucked in all directions.
These Greater Wallenstein guys did
And,
not know what was about to happen to them.
And I also cast it at 2nd level, so let me do that lightning damage.
Alright.
Ooh, those are some pretty numbers. How about 34?
Let's fucking go!
And it's lightning damage.
On armor.
Yippee!
This is the nastiest witch bolt.
As you do, and you kind of begin to charge as the entirety of the Kling Hex begins to kind of glow, something in you suddenly kind of connects. And as the entirety of it begins to crawl up your arm, you see, for the first time, all of you, or to Holly, as the ferocity and the magic of the spell being released as it crawls up the arm of Wenrie, and a blade appears in your hand, and you see as her eyes turn this blaring fire yellow, and her hair turns a blood moon red.
The mad respect that Holly has for you in this moment. She's looking at you like
As-
you're the coolest thing she's ever seen.
To be fair, this is the coolest weapon I've ever held.
As the witch blade and the witch soul is activated, just kind of as a freebie for now. But now you know it is there.
Mm-hmm.
And the damage is accounted for as reaching out almost like a second limb as this lightning connects with the Arc Knight, and it is still kind of just shocking him as you have Witch Bolt on him. And the blade is kind of just acting as almost like a wand to do it.
Leviosa.
Levios, fuck you.
And that was a nice neat 34 damage as well. So he's pretty hurt.
He's
Yeah.
roasty toasty.
He's roasting up. Alright, and that will be the end of Wenrie's turn.
Wenrie will also probably take a couple steps back just to stay out of range.
But to
as
stay
much
with
as
your
possible.
people.
Definitely. So she's gonna take a step over there. Yep.
Alrighty. Okay. And with that, that's Wenrie's turn. It is now the Arc Knight's turn, as he's currently still being connected by a Witch Bolt. He has to make a decision on whether or not to go for the person with the magic or take an opportunity attack. You want to know what?
Shit.
Oh no, wait. That's the Arc Knight that's already dead. My bad. Hold up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he just took all that damage and he's still standing?
Yeah. No, the other Arc Knight that got teleported to his death, it's actually Holly's turn.
Okay. So what I have left in front of me, that's the lady, right?
The lady that's probably extra spicy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hit her with a Bane.
She's an elf. Does that fall under Charmed?
No.
It's a charisma saving throw.
If I remember right, Bane just makes a disadvantage. It's not a charming spell. It just
okay.
Yeah.
It's just a debuff.
Alright.
Charisma.
I think she's the only one within 30 feet, so she's the only one I can do it for.
A 32.
Jesus. Fucking, it's a high elf.
All right,
No,
well,
she's a paladin
Oh, paladin.
whose save is pretty fucking high.
Gotcha. Right.
all right. So I will just back up a little bit, I guess. That's all I got left.
If you do, you realize that
We'll
there
take
will
it.
be
Oh,
reactions taken.
That's right. Never mind. I'm gonna stay where I am and hang out for a minute.
You can heal. That's a bonus action.
I thought I couldn't heal if I used a full spell the same turn.
Oh, that's true.
You can heal as a bonus action, if I remember correctly, and as long as it is not I believe, another damaging spell. So yeah, you're about right.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you did a
still have your
debuff, not a
actions.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you can heal at least.
Alright, then I'll healing word myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. The general rule is as long as the spell does not do damage, you can cast another spell.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
Sick nasty.
Alright. My turn's up.
All right.
The rest of the guards are, we're being fired at. Where? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. It came from out
And
there.
they just hear this this maniacal laugh every time someone gets hit.
And they see this
from the sea.
odd, tiny little candlelight that seems like a middle finger.
It's just Murad and Reloy out in the ocean going, fuck you.
Yeah, Mira's just laughing so much.
He's having too much fun with this.
It's like, it feels so good.
Okay, incoming cotton ball.
Instead
Yeah.
of
Please,
cannonball.
I need you.
You got
Instead of a cannonball,
majority
it's
of
a
the
cotton ball.
guards. You got a majority guards off of you guys, but there is enough guards that kind of will just move in that general direction. But unfortunately, he had to dash to get there, so he's fine. All right, Cotton, you are up, and then Sam is on deck.
She can see what's going down that way. I want to see if I can just barrel my way all the way down, and if all I can really do is slam into that guy that just showed up, that's what she's gonna do.
Sam, press yourself
She has,
against the wall.
she has long strider with 40 right now. I just want to slam into this guy.
Bam! Body check.
Just comes out roaring like a maniac. Just
Are you
and
running
slams
on
it.
all fours?
Yes, she is. She just jumps over Sam like, excuse me.
Yeah. Just
He just
and
hears
as you just come out of nowhere, he notices that there is a sound coming, and then he turns his head, and you're just there as this massive,
just glowing
bestial
purple
creature.
eyes.
Okay.
It's like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, if that
I want to
doesn't
get a piss
intimidate
out
him,
of him.
if that doesn't intimidate him, I don't know what will.
Could I get that with advantage? Can I?
with intimidation? Sure. I'll give you that. Fuck this. That's a pretty terrifying scene. Oh God, which one? Friend.
It's a 10. God, man.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. He's got to have some level of bravery.
Come
And
on,
it's going to be
dice!
more fight than it is flight. Okay, well.
Well, she still has her tail, so she's trying to get the aggro off of Holly. How does Holly handle seeing that just come out of the fucking darkness?
Holly's excited because she's used to you by now, so she knows her friend is coming.
Yeah.
I think the fact that she knows it's Cotton.
She's probably having fun watching Cotton just cause chaos freely.
For sure.
As he's going to cast Misty Step and make his way over to the Arknight, and he's going to make his 2 attacks onto the Arknight.
Remember, Wenrie is still connected by the Witch Bolt. She still has another attack the next round on him.
Yeah, you do damage for every turn that you keep the Witch Bolt on him.
Yep.
Yeah, just passively. Alright.
And it was a 20.
You just sit there and be funny.
Alright. And
Who wants to play jump rope? I have a lightning rope.
preferably someone who's not wearing armor.
Okay. This could be 12 points of slashing and 2 points of force damage on that one.
Is he still using the spicy sword?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's spicy.
His stats are a little lower at this point in the timeline.
No, I know. I'm just asking, is it all spicy sword? I'll explain to my team later, for those who weren't in Black Archives, what the spicy sword is.
Or weren't there for that part of. No, I remember the spicy sword. I remember now.
Yeah. Why is it so spicy? As he appears, you see as he gleans off the armor once, and then see that massive chunk missing, and then just take the back of the Arcane Blade and just stab it through for pulling back and then sheathing it again.
Yeah, he better keep that blade out, otherwise he's gonna conduct some electricity.
And
That's
that
not a normal sword, though. So.
Yep. And that will be the end of that turn for Samael. All right, boys.
Light him up!
Cannons are back on dinner tonight.
You probably just saw Sam and Cotton just appear out of the darkness.
Oh gosh, this is a little tricky. I kind of
You
don't
got
want
an
to.
entire line of guards near the amphitheater trying to like call to ships to start firing.
We can't have that now.
We can't have that. No, don't let me do that.
Fire!
All right, so that is a +6 for the ballista. That is a 20. 20.
Yep, that will hit.
Yeah.
As a 16, just passively, that already hits.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a custom version on D&D Beyond, but I'll have to do that later.
Yeah.
So that is a 3d10. That is
3d10.
22.
Not bad.
As another ballista fire is like. By the way, you Roloi, sitting in front of the ballista, you see as one of the ballista shots kind of just bring, almost as if like reverse time, and then land on the ballista as it pulls itself back, and then boom, without you even touching it.
What?
Whoa, cool.
This is
It is visibly watching the captain use the ship without having to touch it.
That's why he's laughing so much. He's like having a fucking blast.
Having a good time.
Having a good
time.
All right. That is the triple. Okay, triple shot misses with only a 9 to hit.
All right.
And then finally the cannon, which is a 2 because it slid.
Oh no!
Damn it.
And as more like shots are being fired overhead, you see people are kind of ducking down and praying to whatever god that they need to pray to.
How funny would it be if one of us had fireball and just dropped it on them all in that spot?
Oh god! And with that, Roloi.
Do you want me to?
Do you actually have fireball?
Yeah.
Hey, Wenrie! Do you want to barbecue people?
How do you have fireball?
I misread. I'm sorry. I have firebolt.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I was about to say.
Well, you might
I
be
don't
getting
have fireball, and
soon.
I'm the wizard.
I have chromatic orb. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right. It
right.
is now.
Roloi.
Is now the end. Oh no! Wait, Roloi, what are you doing?
Firing.
I see. Well, so Wenrie currently has one tethered by Witch Bolt.
Nat 20 witch bolt, thank you.
But also you got Sam and Cotton on top of them too now.
That is true. Are there any other targets?
Yeah, the
focus-
group of guys
It's
behind Aaron.
It's behind Aaron.
Yeah.
Either focus on
They're
the
all
guys or the
grouped
lady.
up.
Couldn't see him.
They're all grouped up, nice, like a gift.
You see here, this we'll be getting some weather over here in this part. They are going to get some weather. They're going to get some 40% chance of harpoon stuck in the asses.
If
So
only
I'm
you
just
could enchant the cannonballs, though, just to like send a spell at them at the same time.
That would be hilarious. However,
Might be
I
something
cannot
to look
currently
into.
do that.
Soon.
I am going to turn the balliste towards the group of cowering soldiers and open fire.
Whapam!
I'm just going to pick one that's right in the middle.
Right down the middle. Something's gotta hit.
This'll hit something.
All right, let's see that
And
attack.
it's a +6, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is correct. Sorry, I have hiccups. I'm trying to get that under control.
That is a... That's a 14.
14 will hit, just barely. Woo! So you're taking out one guy if the damage is good.
3d10.
3d10.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Let's see that 3D damn.
That's still just... That's another 25.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Again, almost max damage. An
God.
8, a 9, and an 8.
Yeah, so as that ballista just flies off into the distance, it just and one guy just slumps as he's standing up because there's a spear through his chest.
Hey, I just killed a man.
I sure hope
Alrighty.
so. That's what we're kind of here for right now.
So that's what that feels like.
Alrighty. Roloy and Murad, both make me a perception check real quick.
You got it.
I have to.
Who?
Roloy and then
Mira.
Murad.
Okay.
Perception. That is a 6.
Yeah, 12.
Rolla, you would notice at the very least one lantern within the sea of the barricade ships passing by. One has a lit lantern. Noticing that there might be some trouble going on within the town, and begins to break away from the barricade and start moving towards your guys' direction.
Oh
If
boy.
this is your
Captain.
chance, this is your chance to escape now or stay.
Okay.
We've got company, Captain.
Oh. Well, darn.
I was having fun.
Should we stay or should we go?
Well, we're cruising right now. So should we, like, this is a ship that's like, if we don't disperse like right now, or within the next round.
If you do not disperse now, this other ship will come to you and start firing.
And they'll know what to look for, too.
Okay.
So it's probably about time you leave.
Alrighty.
And they can't quite see what's on shore, so you should be
Got
good to vamoose
Be the
around the
ghost.
side of the island.
Yeah, be the ghost in the night.
I will be the ghost of the night. We can.
Yep.
And I will start to
And-
leave.
All right, and as your action towards the next round, as you command the ship, goes full speed and goes away from cruising and just disappears into the night in the water. All right, it is now top of the round. Everyone has escaped. Now you guys have to escape.
Yep.
All right.
Shouldn't be too
So,
hard.
this
given-
Arcanite is looking fucking rough.
Yeah, he
and-
is.
You guys need to leave.
He is going to... Still has flank on Holly. I'm sorry.
Fuck!
14, which will hit. And a natural 1.
Oh, okay.
So at least you're getting hit once, but not as bad.
He tapped my shoulder.
Did he hit and then his freaking blade disintegrated?
Alright, and you're taking 9 points of slashing damage. And does still have one ability. Holly, make a dexterity saving throw. Because he did hit you. 21? All right,
That's a 21!
As he goes and slashes down, he also attempts to do a tripping attack to try and get you on your butt and fails gloriously.
You just jump over it.
Bird Lady says no.
And with that, that's the end of his turn. Let's see. Noticing that she is losing this fight, she's going to use her command and return to the main ship. Regather in the morning. As you see, she is going to cast a spell and just disappear.
Damn.
I smell bitch.
Okay, but now we got this Arknight and the guard's probably pissing himself, just like, boss,
Yep.
where'd you go?
All right,
Demoralized.
Winry, it is your turn, and you still have your Witch Bolt up.
I still have my Witch Bolt.
So you gotta roll
my,
the damage.
My nat 20 Witch Bolt, yep. Which,
It doesn't
for some
nat
reason-
20 every time, but you do roll the amount of dice that you cast the spell at.
Okay. Well, for some reason, it decided not to count those anymore because I went to a different page here for a second. So, 1, 2, 3... Oh, those are wrong dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's roll. Oh, one of them landed at a 1, but it's a nice 31 damage.
Fuck.
And it's lightning damage.
Winry, how shall you slay?
Melt him in the armor.
If she can have any control with this Witch Bolt, she would love to be able to take this guy and just kind of rip him down to the ground. And just electrocute him until there's nothing left.
As if like a feral creature, as you reach out and you see as the lightning turns from that very purplish blue into a bloody red, and then almost as if grasping the heart, pull, and then as you see as the dents of the metal begin to splay out, you see as it rips out and he's just face down on the ground.
Wenrie will probably
Just
end up catching
completely
the heart
fried.
and just have this crispy heart in her hand.
Yep. Something visceral came out of that.
You good?
I'm alright. I'm fine. I'm just fine, Cotton.
Well, she's not talking to you. She still has to keep up the appearance of a crazed beast. So.
It's okay.
Alright.
Wenry's not that far behind.
Okay, and that will be the end of Winry's turn. Holly, it is your turn. There is one guard on your ass.
I'm
for
gonna
long.
inflict wounds. I'm gonna inflict wounds.
You're going to inflict wound.
Yeah. 15 to hit.
That hits.
Alright.
The deadly boop.
A total of 26 damage.
As you turn, and just with the slightest point of the finger as it touches the forehead, you can see almost as if the helmet crumples in, and then you just see blood just start pouring out.
Cotton just raises the brow now that there's no one from that team in front of her. Nice.
All right, and at this point,
We're
not
gonna
enough-
leave.
yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, Holly.
Because I imagine those guards on the far side of the map are probably too freaking scared to try to do anything. Wenrie also did not use her movement, so yeah, she could run.
Cotton's got 40 feet, but like she's gonna take up the rear probably with Sam to make sure no one follows them.
Okay, and with that,
Oh, excuse
Bork.
me. Hi, Maven. Hi, sweetie.
The official sound of Cotton now is just Maven.
Grr.
all right, as everyone else managed to make their to flee, make their escape, you guys succeed in saving the halflings.
We did it!
We obliterated 2 Arc Knights and a few guards.
We did at least something for now.
Yeah.
And the escape of, as well as the Night Wishes, you guys terrorize a militarized base of Volenstan occupiers. As such, Wenrie, make me a charisma saving throw real quick.
Oh, I also
okay.
have to do the intelligence too, don't I?
Oh,
Shit.
Wenrie hit a 2, so that's a 7.
Just a moment. I need to
But
grab
you
my
still
phone
have your
for
spell
this.
slots, right?
Everyone's going crazy.
I used 1 spell slot.
But you didn't lose all of them.
I did. Oh, no, I did not.
Gosh,
This has nothing to do with your spell slots in particular, but I will tell you this now.
Wouldn't it be crazy if everybody lost control and started killing each other?
Well, me and
Right,
Rolloy
Captain?
are just on the
That would-
ship,
that
just
would-
thinking that everything's Gucci.
That would be crazy.
That'd
Hey,
be-
Connor.
It's a good
Connor.
thing that would never happen.
Nah,
Connor, stop trying to tempt the one.
it'd never happen.
God.
Can the octopus give you advantage?
He can see where we all are. Rolloy probably is going to check in to make sure we're all getting out.
Can it just give you a nice cuddle?
I still have to make the roll, hon. It is what it is.
Rip.
This...
I can actually order it to help.
I don't know how it can help with this.
Well,
Would a guidance help? Because I can give you guidance, just a cantrip.
Well, now you can, knowing that Cotton has, like, a thing whenever she uses her abilities.
uranium
You know that now.
Well, if it is allowed, I will give you a D4.
Thank you. We'll
I
wait to
just
see what he
Mobius
says.
is-
I
Mobius
just
is
needed
soothing
to, I need to
tentacle
read
slaps.
this because I know that Wenrie failed. And I...
She explodes.
No. Nothing that visceral, I can promise you that.
Cotton explodes. I explode?
Maybe?
Merritt's
Only if
so
you feel like it.
confused as he just sees you poof into golden and blue dust.
It would be super weird, because that's not how I die.
Alright, Cotton.
Yeah.
No, not Cotton. Sorry. Wenrie.
I was like, okay, where's this going?
You are taking 9 points of necrotic damage,
Ouchie!
and I need you to roll a d4.
D4. Let me pull that thing up here. D4. And let us roll! That is a solid 1, my good sir.
Solid 1. Alright. You gain a bloodlust for an obsession, so I need you to pick something to obsess over.
Huh.
Something that you hate.
What do I hate?
Rolloy.
It's a good thing. Well, at this,
everybody
at
loves
this
me.
Point, at this point, I think one thing that Wenrie can hate is what Walenstan has done to her island.
Specifically that one bitch clearly ordering them all.
So, yes, Walenstan, I suppose, is the one quote-unquote thing that she will hate.
Okay.
Where do I add that?
It does need to be a person, like an isolated person. I
So-
need to clarify
Okay,
that.
how about that bitch that got away?
Okay. So
What
the
was her
Admiral.
name? Averine.
Put it in your bonds and put a parentheses of what it's attached to.
I hate this
So-
bitch.
You gain the personality trait. You gain a bloodlust for an obsession. The target for that obsession can be anything. Once you have killed the obsession, you must choose another. You will do anything to terrify the subject of the obsession to an immense amount of dread. Anyone that gets in your way must be removed.
Ooh, okay.
Oh boy. I thought I was gonna be a problem. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I'm not done with you.
Everybody's just angry, and I don't understand.
I mean, Wallenstein's being a dick, so everyone's angry.
Yep. as you gain this personality trait, you hear within your head, Hunt. Do not let up. They have taken something from you. Hunt.
Okay, well.
Alright. Cotton.
Yeah.
Pulling out your brackets of stuff.
My list of problems.
Make me an intelligence saving throw.
Alright. And Holly gave the guidance knowing what was coming.
Alright.
Whoa, Maven doesn't agree.
Ooh, okay. And then... Oh, wait. No, guidance only does ability checks.
That's true.
Damn it.
So that's 14. Technically,
14.
it's a 13 plus 1. Yeah.
You come out of the base trigger and a feeling pops up. Sadness. Deep, dreaded sadness. Almost as if you lost something in you.
You're okay.
And it's like you're recognizing that you've slightly lost a piece of your humanity through all this.
So, for the flavor text of what's going on, I'm assuming it's Sam and Cotton, and probably Holly since she tried to cast guidance on her anyway. I would say just in good faith. Cotton snaps out of it, but instead of just either having a violent reaction or being okay, she just starts crying as everything went well, but she just starts crying out of the one good eye that she has. Maybe having to, like, steady herself against Holly or Sam, whoever's closest to her. But, like, she keeps moving forward, but you can definitely see the sobbing starting to come on really fast.
Holly will happily put an arm around you and carry you as much as she can the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, she's still holding herself up, so she's not gonna, like, drag you down or anything.
Okay.
But it does help, so she doesn't, like, full sobbing trip over a branch.
Alright. And with that, as you all run into the night with a village of halflings making your way to that hidden grotto, with a successful escape and terrorizing a naval base, you all find yourselves back at the Nightwish with a degree of success that only pirates could ever dream of in their early stages of their career. But with that, so we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session.
We did it!
We did it.
Sorry, hold on.
Yay.
We did it!
And because you guys had such a big, wonderful blowout fight, level up.
Yay!
Oh
Da-da-da.
my gosh.
Hooray!
We're gonna have a meal. We're gonna have so many
Oh, this is
meals.
It's going to be a big meal, and Captain, can we invite a few of these folks? I know we don't have enough to feed 2,000 people, but
It's not 2,000 people, I don't think.
well,
make some
those
soup.
in the caves, those in the caves, and those in the grotto.
Oh, okay, so
There's a lot of people.
I should just level up to level 4 rogue, right? Even though warlock evocations would be very nice, I think I need to stick to my rogue a little bit longer.
That choice is up to you, but we'll go through that as soon as we're done with announcements here.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, I don't really have too many announcements. Just some apologies to the wonderful people. Kind of got a little missed out on episode 3, but it's fine. I'm sure that's already been resolved. Streaming, hopefully Baldur's Gate. I've been trying to get back into streaming. I just haven't had the time in the past couple of weeks, and it's been really weird for me. But yeah, more streaming and also more content. I recently did an upload directly to the Patreon. It's kind of public for everyone to watch. It's a bit of an odd announcement that I am probably going to kind of just step away from How to Be an Adventurer for a little bit. So that way I can create more projects that are bridging projects, but more of a creative escape just to experiment a bit. So yeah, that's kind of the big summary point of that video. Yeah, I don't really have much else. So Blue, how you know?
I'm doing alright. I'm happy we caused chaos. It was about time for some pirate chaos. Hello,
boy,
it's
did we
Blue,
see some
or Blue
chaos.
Kazanate. Not much else. I do have a few pieces for Sandtide coming out. Probably will be out by the time this episode is out anyway. Just as a reminder, if you guys do wind up wanting to do some fan art of any of the things in here, remember to tag it hashtag D6 Sandtide or D6ST. Not Black Archives. We miss you, Black Archives, but that's done. Other than that, my commissions are a little slowed up right now, but if you wish to get a quote from me, you can always DM me on Twitter, or you can join my Discord real quick, which is linked in my bio on Twitter to see about that. Other than that, Ray, you're it!
Yes, I am Ray, also known as Key Inc. I play Murad. Let's see. I believe around this time I should be reopening some commissions, especially for Spooky Month.
Maven.
I'm sorry. Maven has words to say. I'm sorry, sweetheart. You need to wait your turn.
But yeah, I should be getting back on the ball with that, and hopefully getting some lovely, lovely artwork out. So that is it for me.
Hooray! B, how you know?
Hey, I'm B. Also known as Pastel Wolf on Twitter and on Blue Sky. As per usual, I'm just kind of vibing. Glad to be here. Yeah. And that's it.
All right.
Moving on over to Connor.
It's me. Hi. I'm Distortion Devil. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, and Blue Sky at Distortion Devil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I also release my own variety of homebrew content on the DM's Guild. Most recently, I released the Geomancer's Spellbook, which is a bunch of Earth-themed spells for 5th edition, and before the end of the month, hopefully, I will have released the Fulgurmancer's Spellbook, which is a bunch of lightning spells.
Hey. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, Wenrie.
Yeah, last but not least, Kendra, accompanied here by my little Dougie Maven. Hi, Dougie.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
My brain.
Anyway, so not much going on my side. Please, if you guys are interested, I will be managing the TikTok D6 Explorer of Urtzi-Heimel. I know it's a little complicated to spell. I believe we have a link attached to this video.
Yes.
Please go ahead and check it out. I will be posting up videos Monday through Friday. They will be little snippets, both from the episode itself, and I believe some of the funnier stuff that happens, especially during breaks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's chaos here that you guys don't get to see, but yep. So please check out that TikTok. It'll be somewhere around anywhere from 11 to noon PST that I'll post it. So hey, if you want to be on the ball and just watching and waiting for it, you may be one of the first people to see it if you hang around that time.
Yay!
Hell yeah. Alrighty. Well then, anything else pressing?
I don't know. Maven, do you have anything to say?
Bork.
No? Now you won't bark?
Bork Wolf.
Heckin' boof.
Nah,
Alright.
she doesn't got anything.
Alrighty. Well, then, that being said, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thank you all for spending your time and joining us for today's session. We hope you stay safe out there. We love you, and as always, see you next Sunday. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys!
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Have a good bye.